Listen, man, we got breaking news in the NBA right now. Kawhi Leonard has returned to the Toronto Raptors. This is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. We all knew that this was happening. I'm very, as a Knicks fan, I'm a little like, I'm not too thrilled about this because it's a lot. We're gonna get all into it, ladies and gentlemen. It's Flight Sports TV. We live. Listen, man, there's been so much player movement. I'm about to be cammed up shortly in 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what it is. Kawhi Leonard traded back home to the six, man. I mean, this is big news. Make no mistake about the situation. We're gonna get into the whole LeBron saga. This is free agency, baby. Don't touch that dial. It's Flight Sports TV. We live. You know, look, Kawhi Leonard traded back. That's crazy. It says the claw is back in the six. That's crazy. The claw is back in the six, ladies and gentlemen. Kawhi Leonard traded to the Raptors. The claw is back in the six. It don't get no crazier than this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one of the first big dominoes in the Eastern Conference. I've been on record of saying that, listen, we really don't know what's going to happen out east. It seemed like it's the Knicks conference to lose. But as you can see, clearly these guys got other motives. You know, the Toronto Raptors, they want to basically, you know, do their thing. But I mean, at the end of the day, you still have to deal with the New York Knicks. If you're the New York Knicks, I wouldn't be concerned at all. You know, the Knicks are still head and shoulders better than everybody in the conference. You know, I stand on that. It's a lot to discuss with this deal, man. Because I can't believe that it happened. You know, Toronto. Give credit to Kawhi Leonard. We can say whatever we want about Kawhi, but we can't say that the man is not loyal. You know, that's one thing I'm noticing about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, if he say something, he gonna do something. Clearly, he wanted to come back to Toronto, and he's back. He back home. You know, this is one of his home. They're gonna put a statue. Listen, if Kawhi Leonard did not return to Toronto, they was gonna put a statue. You know, so he already had a statue coming. You know, point blank, he had it. So, as you can see, you know, it's big business right now. The Toronto Raptors have basically retraded for him. This is crazy. When do we ever see something like this where you got a retrade going on? It's Flight Sports TV, y'all. Salute to all y'all that's rocking with me. We got a lot to discuss. We're gonna be cam second, ladies and gentlemen, because this is just outrageous. Kawhi Leonard is back, you know, in the six. And does it get any better than this, ladies and gentlemen? Does it get any better? We're gonna break this whole trade down, y'all. We got more and more trade, more and more player movement popping off. You know, this is just the beginning. You know, this is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, of all of the movement that's about to take place. Kawhi Leonard was the first big domino in the Eastern Conference, you know, to break. This is crazy, to say the least. Kawhi Leonard back. I'm not too enamored by this move as a Knicks fan because I understand the ramifications that's in play right now. The New York Knicks, they have their first big threat in the Eastern Conference. And all they had to give up was Brandon Ingram. We're gonna break this whole trade down because this is crazy. Things is fastly approaching. I told you we're gonna be bringing a lot of news updates and more to you. But in all seriousness, man, Kawhi Leonard back in the six, man. Let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. Kawhi Leonard trade. You know, this is crazy. It says in a surprise of events, Leonard will be returning to a familiar place next season. The Los Angeles Clippers have reached a deal to trade Leonard. You know, they're nearing the deal. You know, so as it reports, you know, Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors. This is just a nasty situation to me, in my humble opinion. You know, Kawhi Leonard, you know, reportedly traded back to the Raptors. I'm not too thrilled by this move, y'all, but it's broken. It's done. Look, it said it was nearing the deal, but it's official. The deal is for Kawhi Leonard, Brandon Ingram, Grady. I'm not even gonna say his name, but y'all know Grady. This is a good pickup for the Los Angeles Clippers if you start to look at it, and 2 first-round picks, a pick swap. So they got a little capital here. Kawhi clearly is going to be staying there. Brandon Ingram did his thing. Brandon Ingram want to be in LA anyway. You know, that's another thing we got to point out. Ingram wants to be in Los Angeles. He does not want it to be. He never wanted to leave. He even didn't want to leave the Lakers. That was a crazy ordeal. What happened, how he left Los Angeles in the first place. You know, but now the New York Knicks going to have to buckle up, because they're going to have to be concerned about what Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors are going to be bringing to the table. Now the Eastern Conference just got more ferocious. You're talking about an Emmanuel Quickly. They kept R.J. Barrett. You know, if you're a Raptors fan, you better be, you got to be thrilled right about now. You kept Scotty Barnes. You know, the Toronto Raptors are serious. They are the second best seed, the second best team in the Eastern Conference. That's what they have done. Cleveland is yet to make the move, but you talking about pairing Kawhi Leonard and this other kid that they got, the rookie that they just drafted, Colin Murray Boyles. Oh my goodness. If y'all haven't seen this kid play, pause, this dude is a problem. Let me repeat this for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Remember I told you about this player. This kid name is Colin Murray Boyles. I bet the Clippers was trying to get their hands on him. That was probably untouchable. They ain't giving up this kid. The Raptors held on to a lot. You know, you talking about pairing him up with Quickly, RJ, Scotty. You got Jakob Poeltl there. I believe they got history dating back to San Antonio. You understand? I think he was listen, it's crazy. You also got who else we got here on this roster? You got a couple of people on this roster, man. I think that the Toronto Raptors is going to pose a threat. Now, they could get a little bit more shooting. Quickly is lights out. Scotty, you know, he do his thing. RJ got his limitations. But I like what I'm seeing from the Toronto Raptors. Y'all better look out for Toronto this season, ladies and gentlemen. The Toronto Raptors have officially answered the call, and they are the biggest threat to the New York Knicks at this current moment. They have challenged the Knicks for that crown. The Toronto Raptors are going to be a big threat. Now, if you're the Knicks, you ain't got nothing to worry about. That's why you acquired all of the talent that you had. Listen, Kawhi got to stay healthy. But the Knicks, this is something that caught their attention. I think this was bigger than the Miami move. Toronto just answered what Miami just did. These teams are looking to stand pat. The East is outside of the Knicks. Is wide open. You know, you don't know who's the second best team in the Eastern Conference right now. You don't know. You know, is it Detroit? Detroit about to lose Durham. You understand? You got Brooklyn, they doing their thing too. They put their name in the hat. Don't sleep on Brooklyn, ladies and gentlemen. I do not sleep on what Brooklyn bringing to the table. But this Kawhi Leonard move, listen, man, I want to repeat, they was going to have the statue for Kawhi Leonard, whether he came back or not. Kawhi Leonard was going to get the statue, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake about the situation. What he did when he came here to get that title, if I'm, what's my man, Lowry better be trying to come back home too. It's a roll call. Everybody back to the 6. You know, this is crazy. You know, like I said, the trade is 2 first-round picks going with Ingram, Grady Dick to Clippers. Shams has deal in the works. So Shams is cooking this deal up, but of all of the framework, but the deal is done. We just got to get all the ramifications and the picks and this and that. Kawhi Leonard has returned back to Toronto, man. You know, now I think that coach that they got, he's pretty decent. You know, the Raptors, they play well. They went 7. They won 7. So I mean, I wouldn't sleep on Toronto. They lost to the Cavaliers. And to be honest with you, the Cavaliers really ain't nothing. I'm not even gonna hype them up outside of what they did to Detroit. Was their saving grace. But to be honest with you, Toronto could have won that series if they would have had a ball bounce go their way. Because Cleveland was doing everything in their power to surrender the series anyway. You know, so that's something that we got to point out. This is just a crazy situation, ladies and gentlemen. Kawhi Leonard has returned back to the 6. He's officially put his name in the hat as the biggest threat to the New York Knicks. Now, like I said, we got my man Mikal, we got OG. That's so crazy that OG and Kawhi matchup is going to be even more deadlier now. Knicks got the biggest. They're not concerned with really any of these teams. I think they got to make another move to really be a direct challenge to the Knicks. Right now, these teams are fighting for second place in the Eastern Conference. You have Kawhi. Yeah, that's cool, but that's just Kawhi. This ain't 2000 and something no more. You got it says that trouble. Knicks might not just walk back to the finals. Shout out to my man Slim. You already know the Knicks don't walk back to the finals. That's no question. Knicks are walking to the finals. I didn't say they going. They gonna walk back to the finals. But if one of these teams like Toronto, if they get a Jaylen Brown, listen, now is a whole nother situation. Whoever get Brown, if Brown joins one of these powerhouses, whether it's Miami, whether it's whatever's going on now in Toronto, that's something. Scotty and Kawhi is a problem. I said that, but they're gonna need a little bit more, just a little bit more to be a direct challenge to the New York Knicks and everybody else. But what they have done is put their name in the hat for second place in the Eastern Conference. That's a fact. I think that the Toronto Raptors now are the second best team in the East, no question. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the Raptors. Like I said, Kawhi Leonard is joining Scotty Barnes. He's keeping RJ. RJ plays defense. He does RJ got the most to benefit playing with Kawhi Leonard. They got an official leader now. Kawhi is going to be treated like he was supposed to be treated in what's the name? With the Clippers. He thought he was. To Kawhi, when these teams leave, they home, which was San Antonio, he really don't have one. The Clippers, they looking to move in another direction. The Clippers are basically dumping him. You understand that? I don't know if we understand that. The Clippers don't want him no more. They are out of the Kawhi business, and they are passing it on to somebody else. Now in the Eastern Conference, shit might get a little bit easier. Shit may get a little bit easy. We don't know what LeBron gonna do. LeBron might come back to Miami. There's reports that him and my man, what's that, just got back cool again. Him and Pat Riley. So that's something to watch. We have to be very mindful of all of these things because the next domino is going to decide, the direction of the Eastern Conference. That next domino, not this one, but it's going to be the next domino. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, man, this shit is crazy. Kawhi Leonard has returned. LeBron James is leaving. We know LeBron not going to Toronto. The only places I see LeBron going to is possibly Miami, Golden State, and Cleveland. And Cleveland, I think, is in last place. Those are the two teams I see him going to. I don't see him going nowhere else. But nonetheless, man, I want to repeat to y'all, Kawhi Leonard is returning back, to the six, the place where he was going to get the statue anyway. They were just holding it for him. Kawhi Leonard is back in play, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Kawhi Leonard for making this big time move, getting out of, the Clippers, just to get away from all of that. What are they going to do now with Darius Garland? And now is he up? Because they traded for Garland last year with the hopes of possibly looking to compete. Now, listen, if you're the Clippers, this has been a complete failure. You got to think that the Kawhi sweepstakes has been a complete failure on multiple avenues. Multiple. You basically, when you got Kawhi Leonard, you had to trade for Paul George. Kawhi would have been better off coming to the team and leaving the talent that he had already there. And I think that's what he's going to do here in Toronto. I don't think he's going to push for them to move Boyles or anybody like that, because that might be the next Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They looked at Shai as just a nice player. They did not look at Shai Gilgeous as the next MVP, face of the league. He was not viewed like that. Nobody did. You and me did not view Shai at that time as the face or the future face of the league. Multi-time possible champion. Nobody's seen all of this coming. So when you had to move him and then what he has done in Oklahoma City, what he could have been doing in a Clipper uniform, you just got to be kicking yourself, because this was all done for Kawhi Leonard. And I'm happy that they let go instead of Kawhi basically dumping them, because I think Kawhi would have just hung out there for the rest of his career. Kawhi already won a championship already. He's a two-time champ. So I mean, this guy, I don't think he really cares, about this or that. I mean, he's really content with his career. I think he's like, hey man, I won already. It is what it is. And I think that's why James Harden, Paul George, a lot of these people had to eventually get away from him, because I don't think they, sometimes he may not have the same urgency as a James Harden. James Harden is just, he trying to get a ring at all costs. So with Kawhi, it's like, no, he don't have to do that. He just don't have to take any old stupid thing. And that's what I applaud Kawhi Leonard for. But seriously, this move is just crazy. Kawhi Leonard traded, to the Toronto Raptors. Kawhi is coming home. Kawhi could get a 2-year, $123 million start. Listen, he gonna get the bag. He gonna get the full max, whatever it is allowed to him. If it's up to him to decide to take a little bit less money, if he want to take less, that'll be on Kawhi Leonard. It wouldn't be on the Raptors. I don't think you traded picks and all. You bring in Kawhi in for him to run this organization. This is your team. We putting the ball in your hands. All of these players now, your complementary pieces. That's what they preaching to Kawhi. Nobody's seen this one coming. I think a lot of people seen other moves. Nobody's seen that Kawhi was going to be coming back to Toronto. I feel like everything is just happening at 100 miles an hour right now. That's why, I mean, Kawhi is the domino. You see the supporting cast that he has, right? That's why I'm putting Toronto ahead of Miami. Because with Miami, they gave up, 3 starters? They lost Hero, they lost Ware, and they lost Jaquez. So I mean, that's a hit to your supporting cast. Hopefully, they can get some more people in Miami during free agency. But as you look at Toronto with Kawhi Leonard just basically getting planted into an already made team, this was a playoff team already. You removing Brandon Ingram for, Kawhi Leonard, you basically upgraded that position tenfold. And Ingram was a baller for them. I know Ingram is very excited to go back to Los Angeles, because I think that's where he never wanted to leave. I think in LA he's going to perform. He's going to put on for the Clippers. He's got to be happy. So this is ridiculous, y'all. So shout out to all y'all in the chat. So they basically, they did. They swapped Ingram for Kawhi. Shout out to Tanita in the chat, 2594. Salute to all y'all that's in the building. Listen, we're going to be breaking a lot of news here at Flight Sports. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe. Put the bell on the icon. It's big business that's going on right now. It's Flight Sports TV. It's just a lot. It's just a lot going on. It's just a lot going on out here in the NBA. Kawhi Leonard, breaking news. He's to the Raptors. That's crazy how Kawhi Leonard went back home. He back there with Drake. I think Kawhi liked his time. I think Kawhi was being stubborn when he had when he left the first time. Listen, with Masai and everybody, I think they did everything in their power to make sure that Kawhi was good. And I think that's why I think that was kind of unfortunate that he left. It was. Kawhi Leonard should have never left Toronto the first time. They did everything in their power to keep him. That was just cold-blooded right there, that he had to leave like that. That made absolutely no sense whatsoever. But I mean, it is what it is. Kawhi Leonard back home in the 6. What is he going to do? I mean, I think that's another $1 million question. It's definitely time for the Raptors to step it up and get back to where they was. If not the very least, at least get back to the conference finals, become a serious threat again. Right now, I think the Raptors were kind of fiddling away with themselves, but now they're going to be taken a lot more serious now. You have the main dollar, and Kawhi was balling last year. I don't think I was watching Kawhi Leonard. I was like, yo, this dude is playing. I mean, I don't know if people was giving him any credit or people were still trying to mess around with him, but Kawhi Leonard was balling. He was balling last year. So can Kawhi Leonard come back home and lead this team to another championship? I think that's the question. The claw is back. You know what I mean? This is crazy how the claw has returned back to the six where he won it all already. The statue was coming. Now he just gonna try to come here and get another one on him. Just gonna rub it in with the Clippers too. You don't think he motivated to win one? You don't think Kawhi Leonard is motivated to win another one that he left the Clippers? Because the Clippers just dumped him. It didn't work out. Steve Ballmer had all the money. He went to the Clippers and just fleeced them. Ballmer was there. Do you know how much money that he was getting under the table there with the Clippers? It was just one big scandal in the beginning of the season. Could you imagine how much money they paid Kawhi Leonard? We just looking at the shit that they report with the contract. What the hell you think Ballmer was doing under the table? You don't think shit was promised to get Kawhi Leonard over there in the first place? Ballmer was waving the check. Ballmer was running around waving that check. Jets, all kind of shit. Kawhi had the full red carpet. And they basically let him go. I just think the investment, it was time to let go of that investment because Kawhi Leonard cost them it all. They truly did, man. It cost them almost everything. This is big business what's going on right now with NBA free agency. It's just too much percolating. Way too much. The activity level right now is crazy. Who else is going to be on the move now? Kawhi Leonard is out. It doesn't get any wilder than this. All right, I gotta admit that to you. Where do teams go from here? That's the $1 million question. What is Kawhi Leonard? What is the demands of the Raptors? Is he coming here to humble himself? Or is he coming here to continue the demands that he was doing and getting before? So we got to know what kind of player that they're getting. Are they getting a healthy Kawhi Leonard? Because, Kawhi Leonard is coming here to ask for money. There's a reason why they moved him. They didn't want to pay. So Toronto and Kawhi, they got serious decisions to make. Serious. And only time will tell. But shout out all y'all in the chat, man. We got breaking news. We got NBA free agency. Free agency is fastly approaching. We seconds, minutes away from free agency. Free agency starting about a little under 2 hours. So teams are going to be able to negotiate. As you can see, you got people making big time decisions already. Kawhi Leonard, there's reports that Kawhi Leonard left the door open for a potential Spurs reunion, but the team had no interest in trading for him. Leonard left the door open for a potential San Antonio Spurs reunion, but the team had no interest in trading for him. Tim McMahon of ESPN, Kawhi was traded to Toronto instead. So that's even more crazy. Toronto, this guy they denied him, in San Antonio. That's another report that's coming out, ladies and gentlemen. He was denied. So y'all let me know your thoughts on this right now, because this is just downright crazy. How Kawhi Leonard, they didn't want Kawhi Leonard. I ain't gonna lie, the price might have been a little high. So I don't blame him for not getting back in the Kawhi business. That's why I said Kawhi got to understand where he's coming from too. Kawhi, he got to humble himself. He has to humble himself a little bit. You know, so I mean, after he does that, I mean, I think he should be fine. But Kawhi definitely got to. I mean, this is crazy. Come here and just try to win. Don't get nobody traded. You know, don't come here trying to get people up out of here. You know, just be a good teammate, a good professional, and then you should be straight. But that's something that Kawhi Leonard's gonna have to work on. Coming here to get everybody moved. That's not right. That's what these stars do, though. You know, they come to these organizations and these teams. They almost view them as a gold mine. You know, so it's crazy. There's more and more reports coming out that there was no tension between Luka and Bron. So it's just downright horrifying what's happening right now. All these trades, all these people returning home. It's just a downright mess. Shout out to all y'all in the building, ladies and gentlemen. It's Flight Sports TV. What are you most interested in seeing in free agency? Who do you think could potentially be on the move? Lakers fan for life says 19. It's crazy. Both LeBron and AD out LA and Kawhi and PG out of LA. It's crazy. LA just gonna have Kawhi Leonard. I mean, not Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic. Yeah, that's what it seems like. I'm trying to figure out more and more into this deal. I repeat, if you haven't known, there's reports that Kawhi wanted to go to San Antonio. He left the door open. Make sure you hit the like button. Yeah, it's crazy. This Raptors movie to me is real crazy to me. I think that they got a nice supporting cast. They already got 2 All-Stars already. You got Scotty. And Scotty been playing well. Scotty, and it's so crazy. He was like the number 1 option on this team. You know, so he's coming here to bring Kawhi. I hope Kawhi does lean a little bit on Scotty, but Scotty definitely got to know that you're not a number 1 option. They'll be better off possibly as a 2. Let's see what RJ does next to a player like this. I think RJ has the most to benefit. I like Quickly. I like all my former Knicks. You know, Quickly is a problem. This dude's lights out. He's fast. You know, he's very quick. Quickly, I mean, he can get up and down the floor. It's messed up that if he was healthy, I'll tell you what, Emmanuel Quickly was healthy, they would have beat. They would have definitely had beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in that series. Quickly was hurt. You know, I don't know if people remember that. So they gave up a little bit of really not too much. They're giving up some draft capital. But in terms of the floor, you giving up Grady. Grady wasn't going to be no all-star. Maybe he'll go to the Clippers and turn up. Brandon Ingram, we all know what he is at this point. It's so crazy. Brandon Ingram been moved for a lot of people. He been moved for AD. Now he got moved for Kawhi. But he's got to be happy that he's returning to Los Angeles. I think that that has to be one of the most, best parts about the situation. When he went to New Orleans, yeah, he made the best out of it. But I think that he loved to be in Los Angeles. So, and he's got Celebrity Girl, he got Glorilla. I don't think he's upset that he was traded out of Toronto. Now Glorilla, I think this fits a lot of what they trying to do in their relationship anyway. He got the celebrity girlfriend. Now you going to Hollywood. This is much better. You're gonna see Glorilla in LA a lot, just like you've seen it in Toronto. Hopefully they lay. Who knows? They're gonna lay the red carpet for them. But I see a lot more opportunities when you see these celebrity girlfriends go to these major cities. When you've seen, for instance, Carl Anthony Towns and Jordan Woods. She up in New York getting all the money. I don't know if y'all see what's happening, but she is getting all of the opportunities. But Kawhi Leonard, this trade has got massive fallout all over the place. I can't believe that Kawhi Leonard, is out with the Clippers. They really wanted to move this guy. That's unfortunate that Kawhi Leonard was moved. Shout out to all y'all that's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Anthony Jefferson, Slim Canute. Shout out my man Tanita. Salute to Lakers fan for life. You already know what it is. I haven't seen Lakers fan for life in a minute. So you already know when the Lakers got a serious activity. If you see a Lakers fan for life. Even the Lakers, man, that whole LeBron situation is crazy. I was just thinking before they said his contract was guaranteed, I was like, what the hell are they going to do with Bronny? I thought that Bronny was going to be a package deal with LeBron. But I guess they're going to take care of Bronny. They did draft him. So it's not like they picked him up like as some free agent or something like that. Shout out to Darvin Ham. He says, where do you think LeBron will go to? That's a good question. I got three teams, and I'm going to give you the team I believe he's going to. Three teams I believe he's going to is Miami, Cleveland, and Golden State. Those are the three teams I believe he's going to. Now, if you ask me, when the dust settles, I believe LeBron James will be in San Francisco, California, not too far from Brentwood. They're going to have helicopters, jets. They're going to make sure LeBron James can remain living where he's living. He might get a little condo. Or shit, this LeBron, he might get another big-ass mansion in San Fran, but the commute from Brentwood to San Fran ain't going to be no problem. So I think that's where LeBron is headed. You already see the dominoes in place. Draymond is doing his thing. We haven't heard anything with Anthony Davis in Washington. So I do see the framework of the Golden State Warriors building a powerhouse to challenge the likes of San Antonio and the likes of Oklahoma City. Because if they was to assemble this team, they're going to cause a serious threat. We already seen the blueprint against Wembanyama. Carl Anthony Towns showed you that. If they could get a motivated, healthy, athletic, defensive Anthony Davis, for one last run at a title or two. Listen, man, San Antonio, Oklahoma City, they're going to have a serious problem in that interior. I don't give a fuck if Wendy down there or not. If you have Anthony Davis playing ferocious, the way he's playing, attacking the basket, just controlling that paint, all bets are off, and there's no question what they could do. And who gets Anthony Davis back in that mode? Who forces AD to play through injuries, play through nicks and knacks and shit? It's LeBron James. LeBron James forces him to do this. He is a force. So this is serious business, man. We got NBA free agency fastly approaching. Kawhi Leonard is gone. This is big time business right now, man. Who else is next in NBA free agency? Like I said, the deal is done. Los Angeles will reportedly finalize a deal to trade Leonard to Toronto in exchange for Brandon Ingram, Grady, and draft compensation. So I think that's a good pickup if you ask me. I don't think nobody got fleeced here. I don't. I really think these teams made it out pretty smooth. This is definitely not a bad pickup. This is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's Flight Sports TV. We got a lot of things percolating right now. A lot. We got to figure out. We got to figure out a lot of things. Yeah, that's my question. That's where I think LeBron is going. That's the question. That's your answer. LeBron James, I think, is good as gone. I don't see LeBron sticking around here much longer, if you ask me. You tell me. This shit is crazy right now. You got free agency fastly approaching. You got to figure out who's next. And so this team right here is pretty much solidified. So that's one thing I do like about this squad. And the Raptors, they don't have to really go out there and force to get anybody. You have your help. What's going on, Dex?
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine. What's going on, Flight?
What's good, man? You see, we got breaking news in the NBA. Kawhi Leonard is out of here. What's your thoughts on this situation, man? Because it seems like more and more dominoes is happening. It's like one after another. It's just coming like boulders.
Clippers?
Yeah, the Clippers just traded Kawhi Leonard to the Toronto Raptors. So
can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit better now.
Right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I said, you think LaMelo was pitched to the LA Clippers before Minnesota accepted the trade?
Nah, I don't think so. I think that's tough. I don't think so. Is that what you think? That's what you think?
I don't know. I'm just saying now Kawhi gone, so they had to try to pitch him to somebody. So unless Kawhi was like, man, I'm only going to this team and that's that. And Toronto was one of them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Kawhi Leonard, to me, I think this was a loyal move, if you ask me. Because is returning back where he won. And he could have went to a couple of different places, but a couple of years ago he left them, and he basically left them on a 1-year deal. So I think that's good. In my humble opinion, you left and you returning. This time it's looking like you're gonna be here for the long haul.
What was the deal? What was the numbers?
Well, no, it was no sign like that. It was a trade. You had a trade with it was for Brandon Ingram and Grady, and I believe 2 first-round picks.
You said Grady?
Yeah, Grady.
What?
Yeah, Clippers.
That's the only player they got?
They got Grady and Brandon Ingram.
Oh, Brandon Ingram. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was
that's good. Return. Yeah, Brandon Ingram is a good return. Yeah.
And they got Grady. So and picks.
So Brandon Ingram's back in LA.
Yeah, I think I said that he never wanted to leave.
They might pick up Lonzo.
Man, I hope so, man.
They don't have no point guard. Darius Garland ain't no point guard like that. They might pick up Lonzo, man. Since Kawhi gone. Flight. He might be back in LA. No wonder he was working hard. Because Lonzo, like he was chilling for a minute, then all of a sudden he started working hard, working out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not just shooting basketball, but working out, working on his body. I wouldn't be surprised now, Flight, because he's quiet. LeBron's quiet. You know, I know he did say about Minnesota, but I don't know, man. Maybe he might end up being a Clipper, Flight. Might have to look into that one. Kawhi gone, and they got only Grady. They didn't get no point guard. They got to get a point guard from somewhere, Flight.
They got to.
And Brandon Ingram. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Lonzo.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram excelled under Lonzo.
Everybody excelled under Lonzo, Dex.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I feel you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cheapen Lonzo.
Yeah, they're all there. You know, I mean, look what happened with the Cavs. You know, they didn't get an opportunity to. You know, they jumped the gun.
Yeah, they jumped the gun. That was ridiculous what they did, and they deserve every beating that they got by the New York Knicks. That's why nobody's complaining, because they know they shouldn't have let off that team. You know what I mean? They gutted that team for James Harden.
So,
Foolish. Who is the GM in Cleveland?
Oh shit!
Who is the GM?
Damn, I forgot that dude's name. I know exactly who he
I
is.
know they got to be called up for his job after what happened right there.
I think his name is Kobe Altman.
Yeah, they got to be calling for his job. He got one more year to do that bullshit. Just like down over in Lakers, Rob Pelinka. LeBron gone, his ass is finna go too, because Magic is back in the building. So, you know, Magic is not feeling old boy. Magic want his people in there. What's his name? JJ Redick got one more year. He got one more year. And if he don't do good, Magic's gonna put his people in there.
Kobe Altman is the president of basketball operations for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he been around for a second. He was there like after the LeBron departure, you know, when he left the first time.
Well, I mean, he did a good job for building the team, right, and hiring Kenny Atkinson, and they got the #1 seed a couple of seasons ago. So he get praise for that. But this was devastating because this was the year they thought the Cleveland Cavaliers would take a jump, and they just did the same thing they did last season. Even worse, they went out even worse.
No.
And so I don't know, man. So I guess all of them on the clock in Cleveland. I don't think the Cleveland fans deserve that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, it's been a long time coming for them.
He was better off leaving the team intact, Flight. And if the results was what they are now, he would have at least a legitimate reason. You know what I mean? But you don't go cut your team and go get older. He got all the youngsters out and got older with James Harden.
It's sad, huh? This shit is crazy. What do you think about the Raptors? They got Quickly, RJ, Scotty Barnes. Is this the second best seed in the East?
Yeah, no, I don't think nothing about the Raptors. No. I don't think Kawhi Leonard is going to really propel the Raptors to be a threat in the East, even though the East is weak. Kawhi's old. He's not a young Kawhi. You know what I mean? He only could do so much. And then Kawhi, his injury history is just as bad as some of the other players that's notable in the East. So do he hold up? Do Kawhi hold up? Are they going to do the load management thing? You know? They was better off staying young.
Yeah.
People forget that the New York Knicks is fairly young. New York Knicks are not old. They're not an old team. Boston Celtics was a young team. I know they got Dallas Tunes. I mean, not Dallas Tunes. What's our boy there from Chicago? We should always rank on Vucevic. Yeah, I know they got Vucevic, but that was really a young team, the Boston Celtics. So Wow, you bringing back old players. Cleveland bringing in old players. What Detroit gonna do? Detroit gonna bring in an older player? If Jalen Duran leaves, they're gonna try to go. You know what I mean? What the hell is going on? What are these people thinking about?
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
The old heads, man, it's over for them. It's over for them. They only look good on paper. Paper champs.
It's a paper champs. This shit is crazy. I thought that the Raptors would be a threat. Don't you think that he was gonna get a statue in Toronto, whether he returned or not?
I don't know. I mean, that's tough because it's only one. You know what I mean? It's only one championship. You know, they probably give Drake a statue before they give Kawhi.
Nah, the way Kawhi did it was crazy. Pause. Come on, Dex.
But that's only one though. Do you get a statue for one?
He did it in style. Like I mean, like then left to LA. Like he came there and did what he was supposed to do. He didn't short you. He gave him everything for that one season and left.
I know, but it's still only one though. He didn't even try to run it back.
You got a point, though.
So I don't know if they give him a statue or not. You know what I mean? And then the Musai is gone. So he was the guy that spearheaded that the turnaround in the team. So Musai is gone. So I mean, I don't know. If Musai was still there, you might could say, hey, he's back with Musai. You might get a chip. You might can get a statue. But Musai gone. I don't know about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say Masai. That's the kind of make it fucked up, right? There's no Masai Ujiri. But this shows you the loyalty that he had to Toronto. He didn't want to go nowhere else. And I'm gonna bring another report to you. It was a report that he could have went to San Antonio, Dex, and San Antonio had no interest in trading for him. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, Spurs, they look like they're holding a grudge. Pop's still over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe that might be the case because I did hear reports about him going to San Antonio. And if he went to San Antonio, you can pencil him in as in the NBA Finals. You could just pencil that in if Kawhi went there. You know what I mean? Because Kawhi's a closer, and San Antonio need a closer.
What you think they wanted?
That I don't know.
Them Fox. They probably was asking for one of them dudes.
Well, the Clippers. Listen, if the Clippers only took Grady and Brandon Ingram, they're gonna ask for Fox, and they're probably gonna ask for Harper.
Harper. You got to part with Harper. You got to give up Castle or Harper.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pick one. Who you want? Yeah, who you gonna keep? We want the other one.
I'm keeping Castle.
Me too.
I'm keeping Castle.
Because he got
Castle. Because Castle did what he did as a starter. You know what I mean? Harper did what he did coming off the bench. And he didn't have no worries because Darian Fox would get all the heat. So Harper can play free, basically. But Castle did it as a starter. And Castle hit 2 crucial free throws in the final 5th game. An elimination game where Wemby missed free throws as well as Fox missed free throws. Castle the one who hit the free throw to tie the game, remember?
Yeah.
So I'm keeping Castle because he got ice running through his veins. Because that was a tough free throw. Those were tough free throws to hit.
It was. Castle was a problem. He missed one. He made both.
Yeah, he made both. He missed one earlier. Remember, he missed one. But when the tie the game, he made both of them.
In New York?
Wherever they was playing that on the 5th game.
Mm.
Yeah, because he went to the free throw twice. Castle went to the free throw twice. Once he went to the free throw because he was hustled to get the offensive rebound and got fouled. and he went to the free throw. And then the other one, he went to the free throw because he was, aggressive going to the rack, and he got that one. So he missed. He made one of two. Then he came back and made two of two.
Yeah, that's just sound good. I mean, there's a lot of ramifications, what's going on. But you all right. The Spurs would have definitely took it up. If they would have got Kawhi, they got to put them egos in check, especially when you got championships on the line. But you think maybe that would have clashed with Wemby?
Who, with Kawhi?
Yeah.
No, he played with Duncan. He played with Duncan.
Yeah.
How you gonna clash with Wemby? He know how to play with superstar. He haven't never clashed with any of the stars that ever played with Kawhi.
How would Wemby react to all of that?
I think Wemby would have welcomed that because Kawhi gonna play some defense. Whatever defense he got left in him, he gonna use it.
With Kawhi, especially with Wemby, that would be pretty unstoppable.
Kawhi is a closer. That's all the San Antonio needed was a closer, and that's what happened. De'Aaron Fox is not a closer. He was never a closer. That's why Sacramento's so bad because he couldn't close tight games. Kawhi gonna close you tight games. He gonna give you 6 straight buckets in the fourth quarter when it matters. I mean, that's 6 straight buckets. Excuse me, 6 straight points. He give you 3 straight buckets when it matters. Easy, and you can bank on that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's up to you to stop the other team from making theirs. But Kawhi definitely is gonna give you 3 straight possessions where he scores.
Easy.
And that's what the San Antonio Spurs miss. So if Popovich is in his feelings, then Popovich is dealing with low emotional intelligence because Popovich should know better. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi is a closer. Yes, we got some young talent, but we need a closer, and Fox is not that. So I don't know if Pop, being intelligent, a Hall of Fame coach that he is, will activate his lower portion of his emotional intelligence. That's kind of shocking to me, but you never know because him and Kawhi did not see eye to eye on that exit. You know what I mean? So if that's true, he wanted to go to San Antonio, then I think that's a miss for San Antonio because that could have expedite their run for a championship season with Kawhi Leonard on the roster. Shout out to the chat.
That's a fact. Yeah, salute to the chat, man. This shit is crazy. You got NBA free agency, shit is just fastly approaching. All these dominoes are happening. What was your thoughts on LeBron? That was a big domino. The Lakers are changing right before our very eyes. What's going on with the Lakers?
Do you really want to know?
I mean,
do you want to know the street version, or you want to know the NBA version?
Well, I mean, look, I guess we get a little bit of both. Let's do the NBA version first, and then we can take it to the street.
Well, the NBA version is that they're moving in the direction of Luka, and they don't want Luka to be shadowed by any other star, so they're going to move ahead with the healthy Luka, and hopefully that'll lead them to the promised land. And plus, the fan base of the Los Angeles Lakers want to see Luka win a championship and purple and gold. That's the NBA version.
So are you do you believe that they ushered LeBron out the door by making it easy for him? Do you think it was LeBron? Are you saying they made the call? Because the reports are saying LeBron informed the Lakers. Do you think that the Lakers made it easy for him to make that decision? Because sometimes you can feed somebody so much shit, they just say, fuck it, I'm out, but do you think something like that was going on? I mean, what do you...
The street version, goddamn right. The street version, They pushed him right out the motherfucking front door. See you, old fella. You know what I mean? You really didn't produce. I mean, you won that bubble ring, but the streets ain't happy with that. You know what I'm saying? That shit was a fluke and a flop. You know what I'm saying? Winning that bubble ring, and you couldn't replicate another championship with the Los Angeles Lakers. So you're one and done. You the only superstar that came to LA that only was a one and done, and then the bubble was basically engineered for the Lakers to reach the NBA Finals because of the lack of viewership that was going on with all of the political climate in the United States dealing with the pandemic. And so that's the street version. Magic won his ass up out of there. You follow what I'm saying? Magic is back in the building. LeBron threw Magic under the bus when it came to coach Luke Walton. You know what I mean? The former coach of the Lakers. Magic was trying to get rid of him, and he needed LeBron as a support, and he needed LeBron vote, even if it's in proxy. Even if LeBron gave a proxy approval for his vote for Luke Walton not to be the coach. How you going to be silent, LeBron? This is Magic thinking. How are you going to be silent, LeBron, when you never played under a real coach? We have an opportunity to get a real coach for the LA Lakers. And this roster, this coach is waiting in the wing for this. And so LeBron remained silent. And in the silence of conspiracy, that was a vote against Magic. And Magic voted. So he remembers it. And so Magic looked at LeBron as a snake. You didn't, I met with you at 12:01 during free agency in the year of 2018. And we basically discussed what the blueprint was. And then when it came down for you to express your influence, you were silent.
Mm.
And it caused me to look stupid. It caused me to look powerless. And LeVar had already spoke about Magic position with the Lakers as a figurehead only. Don't have really no power because his inability to get LiAngelo on the team at the time after promising that, the Los Angeles Lakers is a family organization and we believe in family. But he was unable to get LiAngelo on the team, but he got LiAngelo a look, but he couldn't get him on the team. And the power that Magic had as vice president, you get anybody you want on the team. You ain't got to go through no proper channels. You know what I'm saying? You can skip the line if you want to. Because you the VP. You call the shots. And you Magic. And LiAngelo, it was a hometown favorite for what he did in high school. So, people wanted to see what can he do on a professional level. And Magic, you had the first right of refusal for that. So that didn't go off well. And then LeBron hit. So Magic said, you guys trying to kill me in the court of public opinion. Y'all trying to damage me in the court of public opinion. So therefore, I'm out before my name start to be soured in the mouth of Laker fans in folklore. So that's the street version. So Magic is back. LeBron, no Jenny Bus, no what's old girl name? Oh my God. Oh my God. What is her name, man?
Jeannie?
Who?
Jeannie?
No, that's what I said. No Genie Bus. No Genie Bus. But she had her friend that was calling a lot of the shots for Genie.
You talking about Rambus wife?
Rambus, yeah, Rambus wife. Yeah, I was trying to think of her first name.
Yeah.
Rambus wife, and then they had Rambus come on as well. And then Tim. I don't know if Tim is still there, but Tim had a big say so because he was part of the business
He shouldn't have.
in the Los Angeles Lakers. So Tim, all them people might be gone. You know what I'm saying? Magic and his ownership group might have brought in their own people. So Tim is gone. The Rambuses are gone. Palika's hanging on the thread. JJ Redick hanging on the thread. And Jeannie Buss is gone. So all that hippie group is gone. And now it's time for real business. And so now it's justified that Magic can vote his disapproval of LeBron being on the roster for a set amount of money. Now, if you want to come play cheap, cool. But we got a ticket seller in Luca. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's young. All Luca got to do is stay healthy and be committed to winning. And the Lakers win. You follow what I'm saying? The Lakers win financially. They might not win no championship, but they win financially. And now the Lakers is looking like the 1959 Boston Celtics with all the Caucasians on the team. They're trying to bring back the spirit of Bob Cousy and Gil. You know what I'm saying? Havlicek and all the people. So, hey, it is what it is. LeBron will not be a Laker, according to LeBron. I don't think the Lakers even offered him a contract. And if they did, I'm quite sure they lowballed him because, like you said, that
They
that
ushered,
was
they ushered
yeah,
him
that was
out the
a
door.
there you go. That was an usher to get him out the door.
Yeah, it's like they didn't kick you out, but they're gonna give you every reason to leave. You know what I mean? It's like I'm showing you the door. You feel me? But you're not, they just want you to walk out. But I think it's not gonna work out for him, Dex.
Shout out
I,
to DJ Gemini. Shout out to Thunder.
shout out to Gemini. Dex, I think this shit gonna blow up in the Lakers' face, man. I really
Um,
do. I mean, especially
I
when
mean,
Luka's not healthy. Luka got to play defense. He got to do a lot, man. The West done got
Luka's
rocked.
not gonna play no defense. You know that.
So what they
You
gonna
can get
do?
that out your head.
Y'all got to get Dorman. Y'all got to get Dorman.
I think that might be a strong push because I think Magic really liked Duran. You know what I mean? So that could be a really strong push. So Magic probably leaning on Palinka. Look, man, if you want a job in the future with the LA Lakers, you got to listen to me. You know, I know you try to undercut me as a snake, even though I helped you get the job and I was guiding you to take my position anyway. According to Magic, I was teaching you how to take my position, but you wanted it expeditiously, and you couldn't wait to get me up out of the presence of Jeannie Bush. You follow what I'm saying? So now he got it. He wasn't too successful because the players that he won the championship with, those was going to probably be the players that Magic was going to seek anyway, because Magic was looking for a star to come play with LeBron James. So we don't know if Magic would have pulled the trigger to get Anthony Davis. I know he was looking at Kawhi, and Kawhi didn't accept it because of the perks that Jeannie Buss was refused to give him. You know what I'm saying? So Kawhi went elsewhere. But there's no telling that Magic wouldn't have won the championship if Palinka wouldn't have been undercutting him and LeBron was a part of the conspiracy of silence. You know, when it
That,
came to
that's a half truth, Dex.
go ahead, bro, do your thing.
I, I'm sorry. First of all, shout out to Flight Sports. Thank
Appreciate
you for doing what you
Hey,
doing
Gemini.
all this time. Dex, my boy, I'm glad you hit every state the way you hit every state. Yeah, then on top of that, I'm gonna give this one special shout out to Flight because he finally get his dream back
it. I
after
thank you.
53
Oh my
years.
goodness, I appreciate you. Listen, man,
53 years.
I
He
appreciate you.
finally
I
get to
appreciate it. Listen,
get
dog. It was been a long couple of years, and listen, I was out in New York, so I had to listen. I had to touch New York soil. You know, as you can see, I touched New York grounds for the finals, man. That's why you got to go follow Flight Sports on IG. You know, if you want to get a closer, in-depth look. You know, there's a lot of things going on. We're gonna be dropping a lot of shit on their clips, and like I said, just deeper things. You might want to know a little bit more, but keep going, Gemini.
Now, now that I got that out the way, my big brother Dex, I'm sorry. You're spitting half truths. We're both Laker fans, first of all. Even though I am a LBJ fan, that man has been portrayed since he been there, and all of it has been between the brothers and Palinka. Palinka's gonna Palinka. We won the bubble championship. What happened to Danny, Green, Dex? Do you remember? If you don't, I'm gonna tell you. The fans went after Danny Green because he missed a three.
Yes, that's
When he missed that three, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna call it. The fans issued that man threats, and
yeah.
some people, because we're on the internet, I gotta say allegedly, but it is proven fact. Okay, what happened when we got another decent free agent there by the name of Drummond? He missed a free throw. The fans went after him. That man was giving us a double double, something for us to build on at the center position.
Well, that
Other
was
than
Genie's fault. You know that was Genie's fault though. With Drummond, that was Genie's fault.
for the
Because
fans
they
going
would,
after Drummond,
yeah, because they would have accepted Drummond
huh?
as is. Yeah, listen, they would have accepted Drummond as is, Gemini. But Genie portrayed him as the next Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Remember?
You can't no, and see that's why that's why I gotta disagree with you because the captain as a nickname compared to the big penguin is two different things. We're literally talking about Robin and we're talking about Superman.
Okay, remember this, Gemini? She took a
Mm-hmm.
picture with Andre Drummond that
Mm-hmm.
was reminiscent of her father taking a picture of with Kareem walking down that corridor, and she posted that on her Twitter and Instagram, implementing.
I go
We
on
got the next
facts.
Kareem.
I don't go on emotions. This is
I,
basketball. I'm not
I'm
out there.
okay, but listen now. By her being an owner, and she is a staple
Mm-hmm.
in LA, especially in the socialite, people gravitated to that, and that instilled some hope in them because the Lakers always needed a center since the exit of Dwight Howard. You feel me? So they thought this was
Okay.
the, you know what I mean? This
Okay.
was
So
it.
watch this.
That shit, we got
Okay.
it.
So wait. Back the bus up a little bit. Tell me he did not produce because he averaged a double double. That was
He
something to
wasn't.
build on.
I know, but
That
he
was something
wasn't
to
the.
build on.
He
Wait.
wasn't
Did
the
we get
Kareem.
him a backup? Did we get him a backup?
Who was his backup?
Not even worth mentioning. Who was the third center on the team? Not even
Was it
worth
Tristan
mentioning.
Thompson? Was it Tristan Thompson backup?
So literally, we're talking about people that was so far in a decline, or they was young to where they did not develop their game. He had nothing to build on at that position. We see. I don't blame people when it's not their fault.
I'm
The
not
Anthony
blaming
Davis.
Andre Drummond.
Wait, no. When it comes to Anthony Davis, I blame that from the Pelicans when they made him switch because they didn't want to develop. They didn't know how to develop a center. They made him switch to the five. So then when he came to LA, the whole reason for coming to LA was I'm gonna be playing the four. Okay, when did we get a five?
Never. Not with Anthony Davis. Never. Never got a five.
Okay, and then
Not a
Anthony
serviceable
Davis.
five.
Okay, and then after that, Anthony Davis will switch to the five position, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Reluctantly. He was
do
very
you
reluctant.
blame the player? So do you blame the player for playing a position that he could be a solid backup, but we're forcing him to start? Or do you blame the front office who do the contracts, who have the scouts, who have these people in these jobs and make these command decisions, right? That's not doing their job. LeBron has been portrayed as since that championship. Just be totally honest. He has not been given the team to like full of dogs that he's used to. Even at Cleveland, Shumford was a half of a dog. Even when he got there after New York. Now he was a dog in New York. I don't know what happened when he got to Cleveland. Half of that was left in New York. So I got to blame Flight for that one. But but what I'm getting at is this: we did not strategically, if you look at the front office, did not help this young man. Regardless on how we want to look at it, we can pull up every roster. Who was on the roster? How much time did they play? How effort they was on the offense and defensive side. We could pull all these stats up. But what we cannot sit here and deflate is that the front office betrayed him. Then on top of that, I didn't think he was coming back this year after what Jeannie said. Just like Pat Riley took his cookies in Miami, I didn't think he was coming back when Jeannie said, "We bigger than you. Even though you helped save our dynasty, we're bringing us that bubble championship, and we have been the ones that has not given you what you need." Is we're still the Lakers. We got 17 of them things now.
So
Think
you
about
think
it.
the Lakers purposely roll LeBron coattail for financial gain only, and not even was thinking about winning no championship until Luca got
Yes,
there?
yes.
Okay.
Okay. Let me really break this down because I don't want nobody to get it misconstrued. We had Max Christie a part of the Lakers, right? And I'm bringing him up for a reason. I'm bringing him up for a $185
Okay, what about the
million
Westbrook
dollars
thing? Yeah, because Thunder made a good point. Address that, Gemini. DJ Gemini, most of it is self-inflicted, though. Even LeBron pushed for Westbrook, but he left off this over DeMar DeRozan. He left that DeMar DeRozan factor out. So
No, no,
what you
no,
think
no,
about
no. Okay, well, yes, back it up because I was gonna bring up the DeRozan situation. The DeRozan situation was a Rob Pelinka fault, not a Magic fault. Magic wanted DeRozan. We needed DeRozan, the mid-range assassin. We needed him, not just for offense. At that time, he was playing both sides of the ball heavily. Palenka messed that up because he walked in Jenny office and said, um, we he wants to come here. Jenny say offer him too. Rob the one that's supposed to know the rules. We had to offer him a 3-year contract at that time. So him lollygagging, going to Genie saying what he said, but him knowing the rules. And Genie only offered 2 years. When it got sent up to the NBA, it got kicked back, of course. 1 year short. The contract don't go through by NBA rules at the NBA office. So the backup to that is Westbrook. But here's what nobody pays attention to. Rob, from even before Westbrook, has brought people to this team that does not fix the chemistry or play style. You can go back the past 5 years. Well, just go back the years after the championship. And if you don't believe me, just take your time one day and go back through it. We don't end the season with the same roster that we started with. We're always trading, 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 trading. Why? Because he done brought all these MFs in here that don't fit our play style or chemistry for what we actually need. For anybody who actually watch basketball, follow basketball, we will all say Russ is one of the all-time great at point guard. Why? Because he reminds us of the big O. But when it comes systematically to a play style, Russ does not have it. He doesn't shoot well. When he rebounds, he's out of position. When he does run the offense, if you really pay attention, they take the ball out his hand. It's the shooting guard that's running his offense. It's not really Russ, unless it's a fast break. He's he plays above the rim nicely, but when it comes to shooting, man, that man could build you three projects before the game over. Yes, be honest about it. Is he athletic? Yes. Is he talented? Yes. Will he be a Hall of Famer? Yes. Does he fit with most play styles? No. So any team that he would go to, he would have to come off of the bench. That's why he didn't want to accept it when Ham told him that. Remember, Russ got to the Lakers. It's a short on YouTube. He got to the Lakers. They was at practice. The first play, they got the rebound. They went up the court. He made the play stop. They brought it back. He said, "Pass me the ball. I'm the point guard." They did the play again. They got the rebound. They went to go up the court. Russ was mad that they didn't pass him the ball. He got mad and said, "I'm the point guard. Pass me the damn ball." This with LeBron on the team. This with AD on the team. Now you tell me, how is that type of mindset gonna help you win? Come on, Dex, help me out. When when you bring up Russ, you can all say that he's a great player, decent rebounder, very athletic. But when it comes to playing, running, if it's not a running gun offense, it's not gonna work with Russ. Prime example, he left from us, went to the Clippers. He left from us, he went to the Clippers. What the Clippers did with him, Dex? Out of there.
He clearly did nothing. The Clippers, man, they got, you see what's going on with the Clippers.
Well, I'll say this, right? Kawhi wanted to come to California because of his sister's situation. That's what the whole situation was about. Had nothing to do with nothing else. It was for his sister. I have no beef with him on that. I didn't really look into the whole situation with it, but I know half of it. So with him coming to LA, that's what that was about. Had nothing to do with any team that was there. Because if you think about it, go back and look at it. Didn't he miss damn near like a year and a half under contract? I'm talking about Kawhi Leonard, the claw. Didn't he miss almost like a year and a half of action? Did last year's the first year he played like 65 games in a while? But everybody wonder why he's being investigated? I'll wait. As much problem as people had with Anthony Davis wearing street clothes, Kawhi Leonard was a poster child. So when this comes up, I'm back on the Lakers side now. When this comes up, we let Zubac go to the Clippers, all-star caliber center. We let Drummond go. We let Trey Jamison III, who's a champion now with the New York Knicks, go. A younger version of the White Howard, but just need to understand the plays so he don't be caught out of position. We didn't sign Sharp, who's been a G League 7'5" giant since before Wimby. We didn't sign him. We didn't sign nobody at the center position that even averaged 240 pounds. So, Flight, help me out with this. How much cat weigh?
How much? Come on, dog. What kind of question is that? I don't know.
Over 250 though, right?
Gotta be.
Okay. How much does Robinson weigh? Over 250, right?
Yeah.
How much number 51, the rookie on your team that really didn't play this year, who should get some playing time next year, isn't he over 252?
I think Diawara, I think his name is. I think that's his name. Yeah, he got. Yeah, he's another big guy.
Okay. So I gave you three that's on your team that's over 250. Now watch this. Embiid's over 250, right?
Yeah, probably three.
Joker's over Joker's over 250, right? Zubac's over 250, right? Um, Sacramento, dang, what's that boy name? For a year and a half, they was calling him the AD killer. Came from Indiana, but he was injured this year. He
Home.
he's he's over 250. So if the whole NBA average is 250 at the center position, why would you try to put AD at the center position and he weighs like two 238, 242 ish? We all done played park ball from one time or another. If I outweigh somebody and I back him down, I could potentially get that man hurt, even though it's not my intentions, right? But it's because I outweigh him. He won't be able to box me out. I can I can maneuver and get him out of position for the rebounds. This is what the Lakers been dealing with.
Okay, what about the Carmelo Anthony Westbrook and Anthony Davis combination to help LeBron, according to Anthony
Okay,
Jefferson?
Carmelo Anthony should have came back one more year. Because if you go back to that year, most of the games we lost was either 13 points or less. How much did Carmelo Anthony score and average for us? 13 points. So even with having Carmelo wasn't the problem. Chemistry wise, ball wise, Russ was the problem. Actually, we helped Washington with that trade. We didn't help ourselves. We helped Washington because Kuzma really should have been coming off of the bench. I don't know why he took Jeannie to dinner and Jeannie thought that he could be a starter, but I digress. When it comes to it, watch this. There's a guy in the G League right now, Cole Slider. We drafted him. He was supposed to be our sharpshooter, three range killer. We sent him down to the G League to learn defense. That man has been in the G League since. Why? He haven't learned defense. But what has not diminished with him? His 3-point shooting. He didn't went from G League team to G League team, but average like 20 points. Cut that in half, that's at least 10 points in the pros. Okay, so you telling me 10 points shouldn't make a roster? We just gave Reeves 185 for the last. I'm sorry. That's why I was bringing up Christie. We traded Christie to Dallas. Christie left us and it started averaging 12 points with Dallas as soon as he got there. He didn't have a green light in LA. He had a green light in Dallas. We drafted him, didn't develop him. Right behind him, we drafted Hood Shafino, who should have been a shooting guard rather than a point guard. Like when you look at these draft picks, when you look at these opportunities to get players, even right now, I wouldn't have signed Reeves for 185. You know who I would have signed? To be honest, Dex, I would have signed Cam Thomas. I wouldn't have paid Reeves that 185. I would have signed Cam Thomas and probably could have got him for 8 to 10 mil a year, and could have probably signed him for 5 years. Hell of a player, plays both sides of the ball, and don't give up, and willing to come off of the bench. Give you 20, give you 18 plus coming off of the bench. But you gave Reeves 185. Reeves, if you remember correctly, Reeves just broke the 20-point mark this first season of his career, and that's worth 185 for every point he give you. He damn near like that and a
What
half of
happened? We all
that,
got abandoned.
huh?
DJ Jim and I had enough for talking to Los Angeles Lakers.
No, I was talking.
Hmm. The chat got
No,
on him that tough. He got
no,
too hot in the kitchen.
hey, Cam
So
Thomas.
when we look at the establishment of the Los Angeles Lakers,
Wait, what
there is
happened?
never a star or superstar or even a iconic figure such as LeBron is not bigger than the Lakers. And this is a prime example of it. Once the usage have come to a crescendo, then you have to either win or the Lakers going to move on. The Lakers doesn't have that much patience with players that's coming in to expect to win a championship and you don't win. You can't just come to La La Land and relax. You know, you got to come and work hard. The mindset has been set with the captain, with Byron Scott, with James Worthy, with Magic Johnson, and so on. That's the premium part of the culture. And if you're not fitting in any portion of that throughout your NBA tenure, like a Kobe Bryant, then the Lakers are going to move on from you, regardless of who they put around you. Because um, Jim and I expressed that LeBron didn't get a fair shake because a lot of players that the Lakers acquired was not suitable for LeBron's game. I know that that was a media narrative, but you got to make adjustments. If you're going to be the GOAT, you got to make adjustments, right? And
Oh,
all of those
wait.
players that
You say
LeBron
make
played with
adjustments.
throughout his tenure as a Los Angeles Lakers, you can't say they wasn't able to help LeBron. LeBron
Wait,
sometimes don't want to come off the ball. LeBron sometimes don't want to play defense. So when you're playing with other star caliber players, when they recognize this, they're not going to shut their mouths. They're going to voice their opinion. Come on, Brian, we got to do better than that. We could have won that game. You know what I mean? All you had to do is run out to the corner. You follow what I'm saying? Come on, Brian. We could have won that game. Um, you should have just tucked that to the rack. You like to hold on to the ball a lot. Go to the rack like a freight train. We was only down by one. But why are you shooting the three? Or why are you passing to somebody to shoot the three? So
because
these
he
little
wasn't getting a call.
elements of the Laker games that we have witnessed and observed It didn't tickle our fancy. And so this is how the criticism came because LeBron already came into a burning house. The Lakers was burning and it was burning fast. Yes, Lonzo Ball increased the win total from the previous year, and he held a bridge so when LeBron came, the Lakers could flourish. And when LeBron came with that young core, they flourished. But according to NBA, LeBron didn't want that young core. They were the fourth seed in the West. Think about that. With the Golden State Warriors, with the Houston Rockets, with the Portland Trailblazers, the Los Angeles Lakers were the fourth seed. You had the James Harden in Houston that's acting a fool, was a scoring machine, making history. You had the Golden State Warriors intact with Kevin Durant. You had the Portland Trailblazers that was always nipping at the heel of Houston and Golden State with Dame Time and CJ McCullough and company. And the Lakers was right there in the fourth slot. And LeBron said, not enough. Get these young motherfuckers up out of here and get me somebody that can play and win now with some experience. So did LeBron do this to himself? Could LeBron and Clutch Sports waited one season, one additional season, and Anthony Davis could have walked across the bridge without the Lakers giving up anything? But no, couldn't wait. So LeBron put a lot of this pressure and the onus of winning now immediately because he was chasing Michael Jordan and he was chasing the narrative that was in Michael Jordan's corner because 50 was Michael Jordan, about 20 was with Kobe, and then the rest was with LeBron. He wanted all of it. He just didn't want his lion's share, which was a big share, putting him over Kobe in the first place. What? He didn't want that. He wanted it all. So through LeBron's greed, he lost his patience. And looking at young talent was irritable to him, except if it was LeBron Jr. Oh, that looks good to him, that young talent. But that little talent, the Josh Harts, the Brandon Ingrams, the Jordan Clarkson, the Larry Nance Jr.'s, the Lonzo Balls of the world, that didn't look good to him.
Hold
Even though some of them was traded before he got there, but we know that the orchestration of that trade was to get LeBron because those players went to Cleveland. Those players went to Cleveland and proceeded the LeBron James walkover.
No, he went to New Orleans.
LeBron did some of this to himself, like Thunder said. Some of this is self-inflicted. All of it you can't blame on Rob Pelinka. All of this you can't blame on Jeannie Buss. You chose to abandon the plan of the Lakers was to win through drafting, free agency, and not giving up too much of their asset that would mortgage their future for one ring in 7 years. They had already went through many years of not making the playoffs or being a championship caliber team towards the end of Kobe. And the fans accepted it because it was towards the end of Kobe. But now, Magic Johnson, with the new regime, promised a ring.
Can you hear me?
Superstar players.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
But LeBron abandoned that.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Something wrong with your mic, Gemini.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's like you
Oh,
can't. I don't know why you can't hear Dex. You just running over him.
is that better?
Can you hear him? Can you hear
So
what?
some of this is self-inflicted. LeBron got to shoulder some of this by disappointing a lot of the fans and the land. All of it is not on LeBron, but a bulk of it is on his onus because his influence with Clutch Sports to wheel off a mega deal. And I believe that deal came 1 year too soon. Even though the Lakers won a championship the same year they acquired Anthony Davis. They won a championship. But that championship was in question. And the only way you could erase the asterisk to that Laker championship was to win another one. And
Dex, can I
unfortunately,
ask you a question?
the Lakers, led by LeBron James, was unable to win another one. The Lakers, by
Ask you a question.
acquiring Anthony Davis 1 year too soon, was strapped for cash because Anthony was in the process of getting an extension. And when he came from the New Orleans Pelicans to the Lakers can only offer him, I believe, $154 million. And that was like 80, I mean, that was like 30 to $40 million less than what the Pelicans can offer him. So the Lakers is already strapped for cash. And so they had to go get these little no nothing ass players with their roster filled with multi-million dollar commodity that couldn't win outside of a bubble.
Dex, can I ask a
That's
question?
frustrating. So they had to get rid of the Dwight Howards of the world, even though he was paid a little bit of money. They had to get rid of the JaVale McGee's of the world. They had to get rid of the Caldwell Popes of the world, the Alice Carusos of the world. They had to get rid of those guys because those guys was coming up for something.
That
And in
that's
replace, they was never able to substitute adequately for the loss of talent. Look at Alex Caruso now. Look at
right.
Josh Hart now.
Ask
Look at
Dex
Brandon
about.
Ingram now.
I don't think you can hear me.
Them guys didn't want to leave La La Land. You think they wanted to leave La La Land? Did
Dex.
you see Ball in the Family when they had Brandon Ingram on there? When they had Josh Hart on there? When they had Kuzma on there? Did you see how much fun these guys was having? Even Caldwell Pope was on there.
You talking about pre-LeBron James?
You think they wanted to leave La La Land?
Hey Dex, can
Right.
It
you
was forced
Dex?
out
Dex.
because the
Dex.
Lakers were strapped.
I don't think he can hear us, right?
Who somehow, some way, miraculously had a no trade clause in his contract. Caldwell
That's
Pope out
not.
of all people in the NBA.
No, but
And you know how far
that's
few in
not true.
between
No,
there are
he talking
players that
about.
have no trade clauses in their contract.
No, he talking about pre-LeBron James right
Come
now.
on, man.
Flag. No, hold on.
Los
Stop.
Angeles have to do better.
Text Dex right quick and say,
So it's
hold on.
official.
Dex.
LeBron is out.
Dex. Dex.
Lakers got to move on.
What you say,
Hey,
John?
he's talking about pre-LeBron James when he bring up a Josh Hart. Larry Nance Jr. came to New Orleans. So literally, when you talk about these players, when you talk about like prime example, we should have kept Monk. Monk should have been our point guard. We only had to get rid of one bum player that was at the bottom of our rotation that was soaking up. I think the guy was soaking up like 2.2 mil at that time, and we could have kept Monk, letting Monk go, who is a hometown kid, was one of the dumbest moves that we did. Then behind that, behind Dwight Howard, we got Bryant. the center. Brian hasn't done nothing his whole career. You letting Palinka off, man, and those brothers and Genie. I don't let none of them off because they control the money. At the end of the day, LeBron or and AD does not put those contracts in front of people. In fact, look at Schroeder contract if he would have signed it for 85 mil. What he said he wanted? 105. Is that a LBJ and AD problem? Or is that a Genie and Palinka problem and the brothers? And Schroeder agent. So when you look at it, if every player not on the same page, because if you think about it, LeBron James has averaged damn near 36 minutes the whole time being a Laker on the floor. Actually 36 plus. Because if that game go into overtime, he's definitely on the floor. So you want the face of the NBA to take a discount, but you don't put nobody around him. We took Anderson off of Golden State Warriors. For any of the Golden State fans, y'all remember Anderson. Anderson wasn't, he was playing power forward with a small forward frame, a thin small forward frame. When he came to he left Golden State as a power forward, came to the Lakers as a power forward, and everybody wondering why we can't get no rebound. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's be realistic. When you look at this is basketball. It has something to do with money too. But if you don't put the players around, because Dex just said it, it's half of LeBron's fault. Okay, I'm gonna give you that. What you gonna blame him for? One of the hardest championships that NBA players say was the hardest one to get is the bubble. What is the media trying to sell the fans on? That's the weakest championship ever. Let me ask y'all a question.
That was weak. It was weak.
Okay,
The
okay.
only reason why they claimed it was hard, it was psychologically hard. It wasn't
Thank
hard as
you.
far as exerting energy. You know what I mean? You had all
Okay,
the energy in the world because you couldn't go nowhere. But
okay.
psychologically, you worried about your family, you worried about this pandemic,
There you go.
what is going on with the world.
There you go. Okay, so watch this. If I take you away from your family, but I still demand that you go out there and do your job, what would be a harder championship? The one where you can see your family or the one that you can't?
That's why I said it was psychologically hard. It wasn't physically hard.
Okay, so the media is telling y'all put an asterisk on that one. When the funny thing about it is the Lakers wasn't even supposed to make it to the finals that year.
Yet it was. Don't do that. Yet it was. It was a favorite.
No, we wasn't.
Who was over the Lakers? The only team that was close to the Lakers was the Clippers at the time. There was
For the
nobody close to
bubble,
the Lakers. Yeah, in the
for
bubble.
the bubble,
Yeah, the bubble Clippers and the Lakers,
we
and Denver was the outside shot.
we wasn't supposed to make it past Joker that year. Remember, the
No,
media was telling
listen,
everybody on
we don't.
Joker.
Hold on, Gemini. I done went through this with a lot of Laker haters. Trust me. I done did the research. I went to the that year who was the odds-on favorite, and the Lakers was the odds-on favorite for that championship with the Clippers and Denver running second and third.
We wasn't once again
Yes,
the media put it up there where Joker was supposed to get it, but neither there. We still won, and I'm happy that we won. But if you look at it now go right behind that. What happened that off season? We let all centers go. Nobody stayed. Every center was out of there. What's the main thing? Even going in, that's happening in New York right now. What's the main thing a championship team organization try to do after they win the championship? Anybody in the back can answer that?
Yes, bring the same team back, run it back.
Okay, why we got rid of our whole front court?
Well,
Demolished it.
according to the organization, they was getting ready to pay Anthony Davis that extension, and people like Dwight Howard, they felt that he was asking for too much money for the production that he did. You follow what I'm saying? And
Okay.
it was other players that was coming up also. So the Lakers offered Dwight
Okay.
Howard a low ball, and Dwight Howard like, you know what, I'm going to China.
Wait, no, wait. What actually happened was the fight. The fight to where the coach told the white, I need you to give me 8 and 8. The white asked, how can I do that when you only play me 2 minutes a quarter? Every quarter you play me the last 2 minutes. Or you only give me 2 minutes, because in the fourth you may give me the first 2 minutes. Okay. How can I average 8 and 8? You don't have me in any offensive plays. And when I am out there, everybody's shooting and bouncing the ball high as a mud off of the thing. And I don't have no other help defending because AD is on the bench. See, just that argument right there was no way for him to give
No,
you
you
eight and
talking about Gemini. We talking about after the Lakers won that championship, coming
eight.
back the next
Mm-hmm.
following season, they broke that team up, which
Yeah.
was a big mistake for Rob Pelinka. But what I'm saying is that even though they broke the team up, right, they still
Mm-hmm.
expected the Lakers to do well, and the Lakers was getting
How?
exited out the first round.
Wait. See, there is reality and there's delusion. Let's go on reality. If you break up a team that has chemistry, has reps with each other, knows pretty much where a player gonna be on the play, even if a play break down. But you get rid of those players. How do you expect them to literally win again?
I agree
See,
with you.
make it
It was
make
not
sense.
supposed to break up that team, but the Lakers went on a budget, so they moved Anthony Davis from 4 to 5, and that was not Anthony Davis' strong point because the Lakers wanted to save money because LeBron could be their 4, and so they didn't want to go out and get no expensive center because they wanted to save money, and they were trying to shave the pork off. I mean, shave the fat off the pork, and it cost them, and
Oh,
they never got back.
okay, so and I'm glad you finally admitted to that point. So now I ask you with that, and the way Thunder said that, because I mess with Big Brother Thunder. My point is this now. Do you blame LeBron James for that or the front office? See, this is where we gotta be reality and not be delusional. You just said what the reason was. So I ask you now, do you blame LBJ or do you blame the front office?
Well, I can say
We
it like this: I don't know how to, I don't know how the chat feel about it, but chat, go ahead and voice your opinion on the question of DJ Gemini. But I'm gonna say it like this: I don't think LeBron James cared because once he got Caldwell Pope his extension, no trade clause in his contract. Once he got Anthony Davis his extension, and LeBron was getting his extension. He was playing 1 or 2 years on his contract, and he was getting them $50 million 1 year deals and things of that nature. I don't think he cared how the rest of the roster looked. If you ask me,
why wouldn't it? Wait, why wouldn't it?
Because he got that one championship and he was cool. That's what it seemed like. I mean, beat me if I'm wrong.
Wait. Okay, you say that. Then why when Drummond came, right? Why when Drummond came, LBJ was the only one that was speaking up for him in the media, saying that I hope he get over the toe injury because we need him next season. Wait, he was the only player that spoke on it. The front office didn't even speak on it. And then next you know, drumming out a Laker because he didn't like the fans' reaction to him missing that free throw, and they went at him the same way they went at Danny Green. Same energy, same everything. See, when you can actually go to a player, regardless on if they're a star or what, and literally give them two options. The Lakers did it with Shaq. Miami did it with Shaq, literally, and said, I can give you this, but if you leave this on the table, I can also give you this. Prime example. LeBron thought he had that type of commitment in Miami. Posey and Miller was supposed to come back. He had the conversation with Pat, but the owner went another direction. Who was the core? Who was the core of that team? It was three players. The two I just named and Haslam. It was the core of that team. Bosh was getting outplayed at the center position. So whoever want to say Bosh was a hell of a center, they can go back and look at the videotape from when he was a Raptor at power forward, and they can see the difference. This is the same thing happened to KG. When KG moved from power forward to center, same thing. Numbers went down, everything went down. Playing out of position, getting outweighed, same thing. The Lakers have a problem of we get a star, right? And then we think we're supposed to win, rather than put dogs around that star to help him win. Prime example, you brought up Kobe, and I'm glad you did. To replace a Shaq, how many all stars did they have to put on that team? Or former all stars? How many all stars did they have to put on that team with Kobe? With Kobe.
Only all-star I can remember was Paul Gasol.
What?
I don't know who else made the all-star on that team.
Odom.
He made
Harper.
it.
Harper.
Come on, man. Harper was with Cleveland when he made the all-star. He never made all-star as a Chicago Bull.
But wait. Once again, he didn't get the opportunity because the reps was going to two people in Chicago when it should have been going to three people. It should have been going to Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. That should have been the rotation. The rotation started being, if they'll take Horace out, they'll put Paxson in there. They'll take Paxson out, they'll put BJ in there. Before that, it was Hodges. So, but the main one who had the second best jumper on the team was Horace. And if you watch any of the Bulls basketball games, you've seen his release. You've seen how it went in when he got the opportunity.
But listen, Horace played with Shaq. Horace didn't play with Kobe. I'm talking Kobe by himself. It was no all-star surrounding with Kobe by himself. All those dudes played with Shaq and Kobe.
I said how many all-stars or former all-stars it took to replace a Shaq. I'm asking a real question.
But those guys wasn't with Kobe. The ones you named, Horace and Harper and them, they wasn't with Kobe.
No, you. When I said Harper, Harper was a LA Laker. That when you brought up Harper, you said Chicago. So I gave you a quick breakdown of Chicago. I'm on the Lakers. How many All Stars did it take to replace a Shaq or former All Stars? I'm asking you again.
What I can remember, I'm just going by what I can remember. That that Kobe team was a skeleton of its former self. And when Kobe was in his form of winning championships, not the Dwight Howards, not the Steve Nash, not the almost Chris Paul, not that era of Kobe, because that era of Kobe was his downside. But the era of Kobe when he was still in his prime, the only person they really gave him was what's your name? Paul Gasol. No, you can't count Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom wasn't no all-star in what's your name? Miami. He wasn't no all-star in Miami. Nor was the other boy what's the other boy name? Uh what's the other kid that came with Lamar Odom? That was a good player from Miami. Start with a Q. Was it a Q? No, I mean, no. Start with a C. I think he's out of Wisconsin. He's from Wisconsin, Racine, Wisconsin. What is that boy name, man? Start with a C. Him and Kobe was real cool with each other. I just had him on the tip of my tongue, man. Butler. Butler. Remember Butler? I forgot his first name. Gemini. Gemini, you there? He must have went off for a minute. Flight, are you there? Can anybody hear me? Karan Butler. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Anthony Jefferson. Yeah, Karan Butler. So those what came with in the trade for Shaq. And the Lakers, they wasn't that good of a team. I mean, they made the playoffs a couple of times, but nobody thought the Lakers going to win anything. And that's why they boo-hoo that trade to get rid of Shaq. They were like, the Lakers would never reach their former glory again until Mitch Kupchak traded for Paul Gasol. And Kobe went 3 straight finals and won 2 out of 3 and beat Boston in one of them. And that's what solidified Kobe folklore in LA when he beat Boston. Right? I think it was a 7th game, and they beat Boston had never lost a 7th game at that time, and Kobe beat them. Like a 7th game on their floor or something to that nature. Or closeout game on their floor. Boston have never lost a closeout game on their floor. It was some kind of history that Kobe broke when he beat the Boston Celtics. So when you say all-stars, I don't know of the all-stars that played with Kobe, because I can't remember Lamar Odom making an all-star with the Lakers. If he did, it passed me by. I don't remember, because them forwards was deep when Lamar Odom was playing. You know, the Western Conference was deep with forwards. They still had Karl Malone in his strong form. Well, Karl Malone wasn't really in his strong form, but so I don't know. But the West was deep with forwards, and I just don't remember Karan Butler or Lamar Odom in an All-Star uniform.
Odom was an all-star.
He was?
Harper,
Okay.
Harper was an all-star.
You can't say
drafted
Harper.
by
Was Harper on that team? And Harper was an
Yeah.
All-Star like 10 years coming to before that team.
Harper came off of the bench. Fisher started. Harper came off of the bench, my dude. That's still a former All-Star.
Yeah,
That's four.
But Harper was playing on one leg. If he played with Kobe after Shaq, he played on one leg.
He did man. That man didn't play off of one leg. Don't tell that lie. Don't tell that bald face lie.
Yeah, he was. He was playing on one leg.
Man, don't tell that
Rick
lie.
Fox was done. All them dudes was done, man. Come on, man. When Shaq left, all them dudes was done.
Harper got there after Shaq. The
No,
four
he
that
didn't.
I'm telling you about.
No, he didn't.
Every
Harper played with Shaq.
Harper played with Shaq.
Yeah, didn't he get a championship with Shaq?
No, he got it with the next team. He got it with
Oh, he
the
got it
Paul
with
Gasol.
Kobe and Gasol. You said Harper got it
Yeah,
with Kobe and Gasol.
yeah.
If he got it with Kobe and Gasol, Harper was a deadbeat. Come on, man.
Oh,
Don't do that.
come on, man. A bit. See. This is the delusion of most LA Laker fans. They want everybody to be
Remember
in
Odom being an
stardom.
all-star either, though. I mean,
No,
but I guess Gemini's a bigger Laker fan than me. I just don't remember him being an all-star.
Odom was an all-star because he made it with the Clippers. Paul Gasol actually made the all-star
We
team
know Paul
as a
Gasol was
power
an
forward,
all-star.
but as a power forward, not a center. His
We
brother
know
made it as a center. His
we know
brother should have
Gasol
made
was an
it as a
all-star.
center. But what position did he make it as? A power forward, not a center. When he got to us, he was playing center. Even with us drafting Bynum, hold on, hello, all right. So even with that, we drafted a Bynum.
Okay,
We traded for Paul.
hold on, Gemini. Hold on, Gemini. Cause we got to fact check you real quick. Okay, with that championship run team with Kobe started 2007 2008 season. Harper was not on that team.
Who who was the second off of the bench then? Because it wasn't Brown. Brown was gone.
Um, could have been Trevor Ariza. Could have been
No,
Jordan Palmer.
Reza played power forward. Farmer, I think we traded
Small forward.
him.
Ariza small forward. Ariza small forward.
Yeah, Reza was small forward. Farmer, I think we traded him the season before that.
No, Farmer was on the team. I'm looking at the roster right now as we speak. Okay, these are the guards. Kobe Bryant,
Okay. Uh-huh.
Javaris Critton, Maurice Evans, Jordan Farmer, Derek Fisher, Kobe Carl, and Sasha Vucic. Those are all the guards. Now you pick which one came off the bench. Jordan Farmer. That's the one I remember coming in first.
Farmer played point though.
Huh?
Farmer played point. I'm talking about shooting guard.
Okay, shooting guards. I name all the shooting guards. Okay, Javaris Critton, Maurice Evans, Kobe Carl, and Sasha Vucic. So it has to be Sasha Vucic coming in off the bench.
I
The
think
first
he was
shooting guard.
third on. I think if I remember correctly, he was third on the rotation. He wasn't second.
Well,
If
ain't
I remember
nobody better than Sasha Vucic at shooting guard. Javaris Critton is not better than him. Maurice Evans not better than him. And Kobe Carl is not better than Sasha. So he had to be just the first shooting guard coming off the bench. And Sasha was making crucial shots in those playoff runs.
I remember him being third in the rotation depth. I don't remember him being second.
No, I ain't say second. I'm talking about shooting guard, the second shooting guard, because Kobe the starting shooting guard. And when Kobe
Right.
goes to the bench, Sasha comes in.
And Kobe averaged for us like 34 to 35 minutes a game that year.
And it doesn't say Lamar Odom made an all-star.
Click Odom name right now, and it's
I'm
going
on
to
it.
show that. And it's going to show that he was an all-star.
I'm on it right now. They got him as two-time NBA champ, 1999 Rookie of the Year, and 2010 Sixth Man of the Year. He
That's the
played
year he
14
made the
years.
All-Star game.
It will have it. If he made the All-Star, it will have it. They got all his accolades. They don't show All-Star. But he was the Sixth Man of the Year.
That's the year he made the All-Star game.
It will have All-Star. Don't have All-Star. It got two-time NBA champ, but it doesn't have All-Star.
I
This is
remember
his bio. This is NBA bio.
I remember that man being an All-Star.
No,
Not just a six man. Not just a six man. He made it as a Clipper. He didn't make it with Miami. He fell short. He made it as a Clipper.
I don't remember him making an All-Star as a Clipper. I don't think with
I hate
Lamar
the
Odom
Clippers.
days, I don't even remember much. The only All-Star I remember was Norm something, whatever his name was, something Norman.
I can't stand the Clippers, and I still remember that man being an All-Star that year.
It
I
doesn't say.
hate it.
It doesn't say. As a Clipper, this with the accolades he got as a Clipper.
Mm-hmm.
The award he won as a Clipper was Sixth Man of the Year. He was fourth, and then 1 year, Sixth Man of the Year. He was sixth. Oh no, that's the Lakers. He ain't got nothing with the Clippers. He ain't got no awards with the Clippers. That's what the Lakers. Sixth Man of the Year. He was fourth. Sixth Man of the Year. He was sixth, and then Sixth Man of the Year. He was number one. He won it. So he was in the hunt 3 years for Sixth Man of the Year.
Nah, he made it as a Clipper.
Only thing it shows as a Clipper, he was Rookie of the Year.
Nah, he made that as a Clipper.
I mean, not Rookie of the Year. I take that back. He was third in Rookie of the Year. Third, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't remember him being Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Elton Brand won that year. Steve Francis.
Right.
Elton Brand was basically tied for first. And then Lamar Odom was third, and then Andre Miller was behind him.
Right.
That's it.
I still remember that because I hated that a Clipper had an All-Star that year, and
The All-Star was that dude Norman. It was something Norman. He was the All-Star.
no,
I can't think of his first name.
a substitution. Odom was a substitution.
It doesn't say that in his bio. It would have that in his bio if he was an All-Star.
I'm definitely gonna look that up tonight.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me do it right here. Hey Siri, what year did Lamar Odom make the All-Star team?
Lamar Odom was named to the 2000 NBA All-Rookie First Team. This answer is from Wikipedia.
You heard that, right?
Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah. It ain't the first time, especially on Flight Sports TV.
Hey, I'll take it, but I remember him being a substitution.
Never made it. Maybe they considered him for a substitution, and he didn't get it.
Okay. Hey, Dex, you know me. If I'm wrong, I'll stand on it. Hey, I take a bended knee. I remember that man being an All-Star.
Yeah. It's all good. You know, it's just another notch under my belt. I thank a lot much for that.
Yeah, and you don't get me that many times, so yeah, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna go ahead and give you that.
Gemini is in the building, people. The return of the Gemini.
So all I'm saying is this: if you have all the same people in the management, right? In the management that was there during the Kobe time, why couldn't you put a team together around LeBron? The new CBA didn't happen recently, so you can't blame the new CBA. And I'm talking about after the championship year. I
Yep.
cannot blame LeBron James for every move if someone has the job and getting paid for it. And I'm not just stopping with Palenka. I know what the two brothers was doing. They messed us up every time it came to the draft. I agree with that. And at one time they was trying to take power away from Jenny. So they had their in family struggles that didn't benefit the team. In fact, they own the brothers is the reason why the Lakers, the Bus family almost lost the Lakers. For y'all who don't know, I know Dex know, but I can't blame LeBron for that. He's gonna have a hellfire career, 24th season, but you can't tell me this man damn near don't have every career stat that a player should have and came in the NBA with all the pressure of the media because that Sports Illustrated guy put that nickname on him, which once again had nothing to do with LeBron James. You have to put people around stars. Your star, I'm sorry. You have to put the right people around your stars. Prime example. I don't think Anthony Davis is a hellfire teammate. This is my opinion. You want to know why, Dex? Because if my leader is putting all this money into his recovery and we supposed to be friends and I'm not doing it, like either a step behind him or even a half a step behind him, I can't blame my leader when I'm not doing it. I'm just saying. But I digress. Damn, I think I got kicked off again. I just happened to walk away and got kicked off again, huh? Ooh, wait. All right. Ooh, God dang it. I got kicked off again. Ooh, ooh, kicked off again.
I got some reports right now that LeBron James is open to every team, not just the Golden State Warriors or anything like that. So let's get that into proper perspective. LeBron James is open to every team. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Dex?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh yeah. So we got breaking news out of Los Angeles. It's not just one or two teams or three teams. LeBron James has instructed his agent Rich Paul to gauge league-wide interest and come back with options before making his free agency decision. What you think about that, Dex?
Well,
Is
we
it
wish
open
him the
race?
best.
You sound like you happy LeBron left. You seem like you ready to let all the trauma go that you've been holding. You
Well,
know, look
it's
like
not
y'all was
that I'm
getting along.
happy.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm happy. I just don't care.
Mm,
You know,
he was happy.
I've
Genuine.
seen him play several times as a Laker live, and I was never impressed. I was impressed with his size, and the first time I seen him play, they played against the Denver Nuggets, and this was 2018. He first got there. That was the hottest ticket in town to see LeBron, so I had to go see him. And I saw how huge he was and how his shoulders were squared off like Bigfoot. I was like, this dude is big. He's finna dominate in a Laker uniform. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna go down amongst the greats. They was playing the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets had the Lakers number, and it was coming off the heels of the fracas on the court with the dribbling of Jamal Murray around Lonzo Ball when the game was over, and Ingram and Hart and them got upset and it was going to attack Jamal Murray. You remember that? And Alonzo really didn't participate in it. So it was coming off the heels of that. And Denver was an undefeated team at the time. And the Lakers spanked them. That's when I knew the Lakers going to be good. I was like, oh, shit, the Lakers going to be good, you know? And then, of course, they traded and mortgaged their future, even though at the expense of one championship. And most superstars that come to LA win more than one championship. That was the only thing that kind of tempered my expectation with LeBron in uniform. That you only can get one. You just sold all that merchandise, and you only get one. You gave merchandise to Cleveland before you got traded. We already know you had implemented that, even though you wasn't a Laker yet. And then when you became a Laker, you pulled off the Anthony Davis trade. I believe it was 1 year too early, and mortgaged their future. And we know if it wasn't for the break in the NBA, the Lakers wouldn't have that championship because we know Anthony Davis was hurt. He got hurt. And that break that took place when the NBA shut down gave Anthony Davis an opportunity to heal and come back strong. And that's exactly what happened. Strong in the bubble, and then strong in the playoffs, and then eventually won a championship. He hit that shot over Jokic in the playoffs that win the game, the last second shot at 3. And Anthony Davis never looked back after that. I understand the Lakers did fold when they didn't bring that same exact team back. Whatever it cost, they should at least brought it back to run it back, because that's basketball GM 101. If you win the chip, you bring the team back. Now, I mean, players on the bench, that might be a little different. But your starting core or your starting 7, you got to bring that back. And the Lakers failed to do that. And that I don't think that's LeBron's fault. But some say LeBron had influence because he had his players locked up in contract, and it suffocated the room that Rob Pelinka could make to bring in some more serviceable players. But Rob Pelinka shouldn't have to think about that. It should have been automatic. See, if Magic was still there, it would have been automatic. You run it back without no question. If they fail, then they break the team up. But you automatically run it back. But Rob Pelinka, being the goofball that he is, he tried to work some magic so he can get some credit, because a lot of those players that was on that team, that championship was contributed to Magic.
I don't know what's going on now, but Magic, he definitely got fucked over, in my opinion. But when you talking about LeBron and them made Magic look bad, isn't that his job as the president of basketball operations to take the hits? Was what he wanted to distribute the pain when they was letting go of Luca. Not
That
Luca,
wasn't no pain. Let
Luke
letting
Walton.
go of Luke Walton. That wasn't no
Yeah,
pain. That was a gain, because everyone was behind Magic bringing his own guy in. You follow what I'm saying? Nobody really appreciated Luca being the coach of the LA Lakers except Jeannie Buss. Even when the Lakers sucked, you know what I mean? We knew Luca wasn't the coach for them. We knew that run that Luca had with the Golden State Warriors was because of the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors was on cruise control. They was a well-oiled machine. So you didn't have to do nothing to tinker with the Golden State Warriors at that time when Luke Walton was the head coach and won all those games in the absence of Steve Kerr. All you had to do was watch to see who was tired and then sub accordingly. That's it with the Golden State Warriors. You didn't have to come in with no hell of a strategy and you didn't have to come in with no scouting report and things of all that nature. Just put that team out there, let them go, keep the rotation as is, and you seen what happened. They destroyed the league. So that Walton tenure with the Golden State Warriors when they won all those games in a row, smoke and mirrors. Because it wasn't Walton coaching. But Jeannie Buss and company, the hippies that they are, and Walton Daddy is an iconic figure in the hippie culture and NBA as well. NBA as well. But in hippie culture, he's a big iconic figure. Hanging out with Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Deads and all them at the concerts doing wild shit. You feel me? He's a big player in that hippie culture. And so bringing his son over was marvelous for the Lakers. But Bill Walton himself told his son, do not take that Laker job. It's a trap. Do not take that Laker job. Wait for something different. But Luke Walton, being a rebellious kid that he has always been, took the job.
Yeah, man. Luke Walton, he ended up going to sack, right? And doing nothing.
Yeah, that was purgatory. Going to stack was purgatory.
It seemed like they say you to sack, the end shit. But
Yeah.
LeBron is gone. What could make this offseason good in your opinion? Because it seemed like the Lakers might strike out on everything.
Well, like I said, just ride it out. Ride this one out. They breaking up the team. Ride it out. Luka was hurt last playoff series. LeBron did an excellent job. Now we can't take that away from LeBron. LeBron did an excellent job out without Luka, and most of it without Austin Reeves. And they got past the Houston Rockets in the first round, albeit the Houston Rockets didn't have their main guy in Kevin Durant, but they still outlasted those youngsters down there in H-Town. And so LeBron gets credit for that because he spearheaded that. But what happened when you get to OKC and you get swept? And that's the last thing they remember of LeBron James in the purple and gold. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. The Laker fan base will hurry up and forget you. You got swept the last time that you was in the playoffs. You just got swept. That's the best you can do. We didn't expect you to beat OKC, but swept. You LeBron James. You're supposed to be the GOAT. Ghosts don't get swept. You wasn't injured. If you was injured, that's what he should have did. He should have faked the injury in game 3. I mean, in game 3 of the series, he should have faked the injury to save some of that, that sore eye. But he didn't. He played it out. And the last we remember is Austin Reeves missing the 3 and LeBron James getting swept by OKC.
Yeah, man. We got the NBA announces the salary cap. League sets new salary cap at nearly 165 million with 148 minimum team salary. So I mean, the money's going up. Where all this money coming from, Dex? The TV deals? What is it?
Yeah, most of the TV deals. That's where all the money's coming from. TV deals, and then of course, the finagling of players and the mathematicians behind the GMs to orchestrate these deals to make it feasible for a team. But mostly the endorsement deals. That's what's coming. They're getting a lot of foreign money. The NBA has touched oil money now, where in the past that was frowned upon. But now they done got oil money. They got communist money. I mean, the NBA, they don't care. They just whores. You know what I'm saying? Hey, me. If you got the cash, you can get some of this. Yeah.
It's just wide open right now. I feel you. I don't like how they did the TV deal anyway because of well, I mean, I can watch all of them, but just I can tell other people been having a hard time this year. When you got 10 games on Peacock, Amazon Prime, it's just a lot going on. It's just and some. I mean, what do you think about that? Did it create a little confusion? Would not create confusion for a casual fan?
Well, what about when games is on ESPN? What's the difference?
Well, I mean, that's pretty easy. I mean, well, not easy, but I
How
mean,
is it easy?
it's one network. I mean, these are streaming networks that they
Yeah,
put.
but ESPN is a cable network.
Yeah, I know most people have cable. Everybody don't have these different multiple streaming platforms.
There's a lot of people that don't have cable flight.
Well, okay. ESPN seems to be a little bit more accessible than I would say a Peacock or Amazon Prime.
Why?
Because it's just ESPN, I would feel is more accessible.
You're just used to it and accustomed to it. But there's a lot of people that don't have cable. They can't afford cable. Cable too expensive. And ESPN is one of those channels that's pushing the line on the hiring. I mean, pushing the line on upping the cable situation.
Yeah, they're part of the sports package, right?
Yeah, exactly. You got to pay for that. So it's no different.
TV, all that shit.
Yeah, it's no different. It's no different from the streams. It's just the only thing that makes it difficult is that now you got to pay for a whole nother subscription to something different.
Yeah. Thunder just says he gives my point. 6 different streams to watch basketball can be confusing. To you, Dex, it's probably easy because you may have had all of these things already. I had Peacock and I had Amazon Prime already.
But what I'm saying is that's why I'm talking about the less fortunate because, my cable bill when I had cable, but I don't have cable anymore, it was $238 a month.
My shit went up to like 3 something.
That's what I'm saying. I stopped it, right? I stopped it at $238. I was like, oh no. You know what I'm saying?
They slick though. These companies slick. They add money every year. I feel like they're shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. I started out, it was like 1 something. That was cool, right? And then every year it kept going up. I had DirecTV, kept going up.
I had DirecTV. I think I got it at a deal. And before I knew it, I was paying $300-something a month. I said, man, fuck all this.
Yeah, because what happens is that you get it at an entry level, right? And then you get the premium package and all this stuff. And then after 4 or 5 months go by, now you got to pay the market rate.
Yeah.
And then it gets you by surprise. You've been paying 1 something. The next thing you know, you're paying $250. You're like, wait a minute, how did it jump like that? Oh, because that advertising deal, it ran out.
Right. Exactly.
of them.
Then they got you with a streaming box, and now that shit not free no more.
Yep.
You don't bundle Wi-Fi with this motherfucker.
Yep. You don't wonder why I find with.
Well, this shit get nasty. This shit
Yeah.
get nasty.
They get nasty quick. They suck you in, and then you get used to it. You get comfortable. You be content. And then all of a sudden, when the price is raised, you look around and try to do something different, and ain't much different you can
Yeah,
do.
they're gonna be calling back for. They need all their boxes, remotes, everything.
Yeah, it's a scheme.
They do that in Cali, where you gotta bring all that shit back.
You gotta bring it all back in. It better be in working condition too. If it ain't in working condition, they finna tax your ass. You know, they charging $200 some for one of them boxes, man, if it ain't in working condition. Yeah, that's right. It's a scheme the way they
It's
do
good
it.
business.
So finding these streaming apps and things of that nature, it's the same thing as cable, man. Because some of your cable was even being streamed. You know that? You got
Yeah.
cable companies that's streaming. It's not like regular, right? You know, they streaming the shit from someone else's antenna.
They doing some APKs. They doing something. You can see when they
Yep.
come to your house and program it. If you ever watch them, when they program those boxes when the cable people come. But I mean, them shits is lightning quick. And one thing I give cable, I don't give a fuck. Well, streaming, those streaming things are good too. But like people who try to go like, hey man, I don't fucking with cable. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. No matter what, cable is always the best place to watch it because you watching it right on track. You watching
Right.
it on time. So that's one thing that cable always gonna have over whatever you want, whatever you doing. You feel me?
In
Whatever
real time, yeah, in real time.
Exactly, and you can't beat real time. I don't give a fuck. What the hell? You a minute behind. You might be some shit's worse. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing like that shit on the money. Certain things you just gotta watch it on the money.
Right.
So it just is what it is. But the streaming sites, you watching them on the money. But other people, they do these other things. It's crazy. So Dex, any more major movements? What other dominoes could be on the move?
Well, you still got Jaylen Brown waiting in the wing.
Oh yeah. Brown is the biggest move. I forgot about Jaylen Brown. That's a big time situation, man. Wherever JB go, that may swing the balance. Especially end up in Toronto. He end up in LA. I know LA. Y'all need something. I'm telling you, LA. Y'all need to get Durham. Y'all opened up a lot of money, Dex.
I think they might lock in Duran. I mean, just think about it. What does Duran want? Do we want to just play for a little extra money, or do we want to play for something? Play meaningful basketball and be on TV and expand his brand. You know what I mean? You're not expanding anything in Sacramento. That's a dead spot
Yeah, that's
on
just
the
for
earth.
money, and y'all gonna lose.
So you might as well come down.
For the money.
Yeah, just come down, play for a little less, and you playing with Luka. So you're gonna be on national TV for damn near 40 games this season. You know what I mean?
The
To get that
endorsement
exposure.
opportunities. You heard me, Dex?
Yeah, go ahead.
I said the endorsement opportunities. And
Yeah, exactly. Because now it's open. Because once LeBron leaves, just think about this. Once LeBron leaves, all that's open. I mean, Luka gonna get the bulk of it. You follow what I'm saying? But what's ever left, you're gonna get it's gonna be sprinkled between Austin Reeves and Jalen Duren because those are the next two big names. DeAndre Ayton ain't getting nothing. He opted in. He opted in. Hey, DeAndre Ayton wasn't a fool. He opted in his contract.
So he's staying.
Hell yeah, he's staying. According to him, he's staying.
Man, Zach stayed. You see, Zach, he read up for almost 50 something.
Yep.
That's just
Tired of moving around. He closer to home. Sacramento is closer to home. That's close he's gonna get. Right? That's the most northern team in the NBA right now, right? Sacramento. No, well, we got Utah. But he ain't going to Utah.
About Portland.
Oh yeah, Portland. I forgot about Portland. Yeah, Portland's closer, yeah.
Portland, that shit up like that shit. It's cold in Portland. want to know. I wonder if the weather is it cold up there in Portland. But shout out to everybody, man. Portland gonna be a good team this year. You see what's going on with Ja. They made a major move. It's
Yeah,
just
but I forgot about Portland being the most northern team. But
is Portland cold? What's the weather like in Portland? Is it freezing?
well, it wouldn't affect Zach LaVine. No, it's not freezing in Portland. No, they got decent weather. It rains a lot though, but they got decent weather. But Portland do have their seasons. You know what I mean? They got their 4 seasons, just like Washington. They got their 4 seasons. And Zach LaVine's from Washington, so
It don't. Do it get cold in California?
what you consider cold? 50 degrees?
He said, "What you consider cold?"
Yeah,
Like,
50 degrees. Motherfuckers are crying.
do it
Oh, it's the end of the world. We gonna all die and freeze to death.
do it get to 50 degrees?
Every now and then.
Right.
And when it does, they cry like a baby. The world is coming to an end. We living in the last days.
Well, if it rains in California, they treat rain like it's serious.
No.
I don't know why.
Because it don't rain that often. It don't rain that often. Not in Southern California. It don't rain that often.
Oh. I don't know why I read when people in the rain they act like it's the end of the world.
And you know what? And that's surprising because Southern California, that's coastal, right? Well, most of California is coastal, but Southern California, from LA to Anaheim to San Diego, all that is coastal. And you got all that Pacific Ocean out there, and it doesn't rain as frequent as you would think it would with that water sitting there.
Yeah, specific. That's Portland, the North Pacific, right?
Portland, yes, North Pacific. They call it the Pacific Northwest. That's the term they use.
Yeah, he said Portland got its 4 seasons. Yeah, JB would be solid for y'all, but I ain't gonna lie. I think y'all have to. The Lakers got to get something. Y'all got to get. I think y'all got to go get Dorman. I think he's not even the best name to me, but he's a name I think y'all could get. So y'all might as well get him.
He might not be the best thing on the market right now because Jaylen Brown is the best thing on the market. So I don't know if the Lakers could be contemplating getting rid of Austin Reeves still, right? They can go get rid of Austin Reeves, send him to Boston with some other assets and acquire Jaylen Brown. Because Jaylen Brown's an outspoken person. He's unapologetically black. And with all those white boys at the Lakers, that would balance it out a little bit. And Jaylen Brown is a political type of guy, right? So Los Angeles love activism of being a part of their team. They love that activism stuff. So Jaylen Brown, I think that's who the Lakers really want. That's probably who their prize target is. But Jalen Duren could fall in second. And that's why he's taking meetings with Sacramento, just in case the Lakers fall away from him.
Right. There's a lot. You think any other big moves are gonna happen tonight, or no?
If you fuck around and get Jaylen Brown as a Laker, you got Umar Johnson as an added celebrity to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Umar likes him.
I'm just saying, him and Jaylen Brown, can see eye to eye on certain things, and that'll give Umar Johnson a real reason to watch basketball and not be ashamed of it. I'm quite sure he watched Philly. He's a Philly cat. I'm sure he watched Philly. He liked Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. But if you get Jaylen Brown in LA, I guarantee you're gonna see that what's that called? The keeper cloth down in LA wrapped around Umar Johnson as he yelled from his tonsils for Jaylen Brown. That's right, brother. Get him, brother. No snow bunnies. So that'd be nice to have Jaylen Brown playing next on the side of Luka Doncic. But I don't know. Jaylen Brown might want his own team. There's not too many teams out there. He go to Memphis. There's not too many teams out there, and I don't know if Jaylen Brown really want to play in Memphis.
Bones Highland is back to the Wolves. It says guard established himself in Minnesota's rotation last year. They brought him back. I can't wait. I hope that Minnesota gets somebody for the law. Heat signed Tim Hardaway Jr. So Miami brings in a sharpshooter. So we got deals happening right now as we speak. Miami. I said that some of these rosters filling out now. So now you know who's gonna hit shots for Giannis and them. Tim Hardaway Jr. is on a 1 year, $6.5 million deal. What you think about Tim Hardaway?
Nothing. I don't think nothing about him.
Yeah, I mean his days are over, man.
Yeah.
He been bouncing around.
But the Spurs re-signed Harrison Barnes, though. So they must like Harrison Barnes.
They did?
Yeah, they re-signed him. They re-signed him in Champaign.
Oh, no, they had to do that. They ain't going nowhere. I'm trying to see what the Shane. Yeah, Shane. So they picked up Champagne. I'm watching some of these moves right now. I like the Minnesota pickup. Hopefully they can get some more. JB wants his own team. What about Charlotte? What about Charlotte?
He's too black for Charlotte. No, he would never make it. He's too black for Charlotte. No, it's too much activism with him. Charlotte don't want that type of shit. They just want you to dribble and play basketball. They don't want you to be loud. They don't want you to be wild. They just want you to be one of them good Negroes.
So, yeah, you crazy. Shout out Chuck Morris, Thunder, Anthony Jefferson in the chat. We got free agency going on right now. We're waiting. You know, we waiting on some moves. Today started kind of crazy. You know, obviously the domino started with LeBron, and then it went on. First, it started yesterday with Ja, then LeBron, and now you had the situation with Kawhi. Kawhi is gone, so we still don't know. You know, LeBron, he like to drag shit out. You know, he gonna hold up free agency. You know, he's gonna probably drag this shit out for the next 2-3 days.
But nobody cares if LeBron drag anything out anymore. Them days are over with.
Well, you know, he like to steal headlines. You know, so I mean, the more he drag it out every day. What's going on with LeBron? What's happening with LeBron?
The GOAT debate is over, right? That's over with. He left the Lakers. That's over with.
Right.
Even if he win another championship, I think that's over with.
Yeah, I agree.
If LeBron could win another championship, the GOAT debate is over with. Now they're gonna say, well, him and Kobe is about the same. They ain't gonna compare him to Mike anymore.
Wow.
When he was a Laker, you had action. And if you go to Golden State, you're gonna be playing for the over the hill game. Because Golden State would be the oldest team in the NBA.
You're right about that, but wouldn't they be the most experienced?
Of course, if they're the oldest.
That's a lot of talent, Dex. I think that I think that'll be a challenge to OKC and go and San Antonio if they were to get AD and LeBron.
But old in the NBA is not going to get you nowhere but to a rocking chair. A bunch of old heads is not going to do nothing. Because Golden State right now have big issues for defense, right? Steph Curry is dealing with soft tissue injuries. Draymond Green is reckless if he still remains there. Chris Porzingis is his days are over with. And then you go add LeBron James. Nobody's gonna defend nobody on that team. They're possibly the worst defensive team in the league. And Golden State is nowhere near a championship run, even with Butler. They're not nowhere near a championship run. They can, be a playoff contender.
You
If you
can't.
talk, if you were talking, you didn't hear nothing.
No, I did. I wasn't talking. I just thought you were saying something. Did you say something? Ask me something.
Yeah, Thunder called them the old head warriors. Yeah, the over the hill game.
I think there'll be a challenge though, if they were to get all of them. But AD, they just came out and said AD not going nowhere. Washington, they shutting down trade talks.
Oh, okay.
So what do the Warriors really have to offer anyway? I would say, why would they want to take what the Warriors dishing out? So I mean, we just gotta wait and see.
So the thing of it is this: when you look at nationally televised games, the Warriors is one of the top 3 teams.
That's right.
And now that they're falling apart right before our eyes, somebody got to get in that slot, and I think it's going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think they're going to take over for the Golden State Warriors as far as media darling.
That's right. I think that's no question, Dex. I think it's gonna happen sooner than later. Minnesota, they're already gonna know. Listen, it's a lot going on too. Dex, you listening?
Yep.
I was gonna save this for one of the mellow streams, but a lot of people gonna have to get used to West Coast primetime mellow. A lot of people used to watching mellow at 7:00. You feel me? I mean, you get ready for 10:30. Shit, 11. I mean, this game is gonna be running late. They West Coast now. Melo won't be playing at 7:00 no more. Unless they on the East Coast road trip, maybe 8. But he's gonna have games at 10:30, 11. Peacock was running games at 11:00 sometimes.
And it's funny that you say that, Flight,
What happened?
because a lot of America be asleep. At least half of America is asleep. So now that Melo is playing at that time slot, maybe that will keep America up to watch those games, and maybe that was part of the commissioner plan to get a notable, popular player like LaMelo out in the West Coast, so those games could be viewed. Because LeBron James, like I said, his popularity is dwindling, so he can't keep him up at night. And LaMelo and Anthony Edwards will.
Yeah, that's crazy that you said that. This one I'm saying, I was gonna save that for a live stream topic, but this is something that I was just thinking about in my head. This late night West Coast Mellow game is gonna be crazy. And now that you just brought that up, now I gotta ask. Well, I wonder who's going to be that must-watch team out east. Who gonna make sure we got to tune in at 7? Now we just fuck around, wait till 8, 9 o'clock. Wake me up at 8, 9. For me, when the real games come on. Who's going besides the Knicks? The Knicks fan base really hold them down.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know if
You're right about that. The Knicks is already good. They good regardless.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that the people gonna want to see the Knicks, especially on the reigning defending championship situation. But outside of the Knicks, who in the Eastern Conference is gonna force you to watch at 7:00? Is it Giannis and them?
Probably so. It might be the Miami Heat right now. They might be the go-to team, with Bam and and Giannis down there and
Oh, that's not exciting.
Storm and Norman.
They can't shoot.
I know, but it's still something to watch
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's new. You know, it's new, and it's Miami.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else might be a threat out there. Well, you got Toronto. You said you're fucking with Toronto. I like Toronto though, Dex. You don't think Toronto better than Miami?
No, not with Giannis.
Yeah, you don't think Kawhi could deal with Giannis?
But they only play 3 games against each other, right? Toronto and Miami, because they're in different divisions. They only play 3 games against each other. So even if Toronto is able to match up against Miami, that's only 3 games out this season. What about the rest of the 79 games? Or you know what I'm saying? Or the for the rest of the season. What about those games? Can they make a better record than Miami? I don't know. I don't really see it right now. Because Toronto still got a lot of young cats that's not even, they're not even together. They're just young. You feel me?
Yeah. Shout out to all y'all in the chat. More free agency news will be fastly approaching. I'm waiting on that next big domino. That's what I'm waiting on right now. Who knows when we're gonna see that happen? Hopefully, we get a word that it's Jaylen Brown. I got my ears to my phone. So my phone is dead right now. I needed to reboot. I would hate for a big move to happen, out of nowhere. But this is a good time of a year. It seems like the off season has been more exciting than regular seasons lately. You got Summer League approaching. Dutch, what Summer League team are you excited to watch?
None.
You said none. You're not excited for this year's Summer League?
Nah.
No? You ain't going to pop out in Vegas?
Nope.
You said no.
If I didn't pop out for Wemby, I'm sure not popping out for these cats.
Yeah, you said, no, I ain't going to. No.
Cooper Flag is not going to be in Summer League. Wemby's not going to be in Summer League. Con Knipple not going to be in Summer League.
Ace might be there.
What's your name might be there, though, from Utah? What's the boy's name from Utah?
Who?
From Utah.
What's the name going to be there? Peterson?
No, not Peterson.
Ace Bailey.
Yeah, Ace Bailey.
Yeah, Ace Bailey probably going to play.
Yeah.
He ain't never played. He was hurt, I think, in last year's Summer League.
Yeah, he might be there.
Yeah, so I think he gonna be there. Due to and he was right like the last one who kind of needed a little bit more, to see what he was like. He might not play the whole situation. He might play in the first couple games, and they shut him down like they did with Miller. I think Miller played in either 2 or 1, and they shut his ass down in his second year. Once they just want to see you perform. If Ace Bailey go out there and drop 40, they're gonna shut him down. Yeah. They're gonna shut him down. If you're a second-year player, you should just go ape shit in Summer League, right?
Well, it depends on your where you was in the draft.
A lottery pick should just go ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go there and just make a movie out there.
Yep.
Just be completely unstoppable. Summer League is wild. The bouncer, but people. Utah,
so when does Summer League start next week?
Huh?
When it start next week?
I don't know. I gotta look it up. I know that it's not going to be in Vegas to start.
No.
No, I think it starts. I think in Utah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Utah and California. Yeah. You got the Pacific,
the Sacramento Classic.
Pacific Coast. Yeah, Sacramento Classic, and you got the
Whatever
What's that other one?
something going on in Utah.
Salt Lake City Classic. Yeah.
Yeah, let me look up NBA Summer League because I do want to see Utah in the Summer League
I
because
think it starts next week after the 4th.
yeah, because you got of course you got Ace and then you got the other kid. Yeah, oh shit, it starts July 3rd.
Yeah. Oh, before the 4th.
Yeah, 2026 NBA Summer League features
Oh.
3 main showcase events running from July 3rd to July 19th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a premier off-season exhibition where rookies, sophomores, undrafted G League players. Yeah, well, now that shit crazy. I gotta look at the schedule. I gotta see what's going on. I'm looking right now at the schedule. That's something I didn't really lock into with like when the schedule starts. I know that it's coming up though. But, okay, you got the California Classic going from July 3rd to the 6th. And then you got the Salt Lake City Summer League, July 4th to the 7th. And then you got the Summer League in Vegas from the 9th to the 19th. So it won't be in Vegas to the 9th. Usually in these classics, Dex, the younger players don't play, or the main players don't play until Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean that's another thing to point out. You probably won't see the main players until they get to Vegas. That's where all the stars are gonna be out. That's where everybody shows up. Why is the Summer League such a star-studded event now, where all your favorite legends come up there? What's going on with that?
It's just something to do in the summer. You know, go to Vegas. The reason to go to Vegas, and right. to be inside. You know, besides the casino, to be inside to watch some kind of activity. Because when you go to the Thomas Mack Arena or you go over to the Pavilion, you know, it's nice to sit in there and watch it under AC and see some of the young future of the NBA while you can. Because once they get to their teams, they might get out of reach. So this is the opportunity. They all come and gather in one location, and you can see all of them if you want.
Yeah.
All you got to do is buy you a good ticket, and you can watch all the games for that week.
Yeah, I wonder how much some tickets cost. I bet it's cheap in Vegas. And,
well, it depends. This year be cheap, but like when it was Lonzo Ball, it wasn't cheap.
Give me a glimpse. What them tickets?
When it was Zion Williamson, it wasn't cheap.
Like when it was it like? Well, give me a glimpse of what the price.
When it was Cooper Flag, it wasn't cheap.
What was it like? What's not cheap?
Oh, cheap is like $150.
So how much was it to see Lonzo on them?
About $150.
Yeah, that's pretty pricey. Yeah, but I mean, I wonder how much they're gonna charge to see Devontae and them. I'm gonna check. Like to see the main players like Utah, you know, the top picks.
Because see, Vegas have this thing, right? They got like a schedule for all kind of events in Vegas, and then they have a fire emoji to the hottest ticket in town. And with those dudes' names as marquee, it was one of the hottest tickets in town. Just like when Leonard Ball went to Summer League, that was marked as a fire emoji. So it was marked as one of the hottest tickets in town. And that's Leonard Ball.
Yeah. It was. That shit was crazy. Yo, Jello had Summer League on tilt. That shit was crazy how he had that shit. And he was playing in just about all the games. That shit was crazy, that Summer League. He electrified. He was must-see TV, Jello. That shit was exciting. You know, when Jello was going to the Summer League. But then, you know, I think year 2, it was really that first year. I think after the other years, they kind of was fucking with his minutes.
Yeah, it was that first year that was exciting. The second year,
that was when they gave him free range.
Yeah.
Then every other year than that, it seemed like they said, "Oh hell nah." They started jerking his chain. He went to Greensboro. He played so well that first game in Greensboro. That's fucked up how they did Jello, man.
That is.
When you start to think about it, they did
Jello. You making my hair hurt now. You making my head hurt.
Yeah, they ran his ass out the league. You feel me? That was fucked up how they did Jello, man. They ain't give him a fair shake.
Not one time did he get on the floor with LaMelo. Not one time.
That was crazy. They did that. That was by design. Why
that was by design.
Melo, that showed you the equity he had in the organization.
Yep, that was by design.
They didn't. They clearly didn't do that for Melo. They wouldn't allow that to happen. Melo would have made sure he ate.
Yep.
Well, you got the best playmaker on the floor. He don't never get a chance to play with him. He was like on a do not touch. Like you would have thought they was allergic to each other. The way Clipper was keeping them away.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The rest of them got a chance to play with some of the starters.
Yep.
He was playing with Mark Williams and them. That's what I said. It's messed up. Jello didn't get a fair shake. Then went to Greensboro. They sent him to Green. He went to Greensboro just for it to be over with. They ain't take care of him up there in Greensboro. They did it.
Jello would have had the G League popping if they would have act right. Because remember, people was paying tickets to see Jello. They were traveling from 1,000 miles away to go see Jello at Greensboro, and then they wasn't playing him.
And then we coming out, he bringing the city out. You got to make sure he can play him. After a while, when Jello ain't getting no minutes, people ain't gonna show up.
They ain't gonna show up. That's it. That's a wrap.
Ain't nobody gonna invest all this travel for him to get no minutes. You go there, he ain't playing. They don't even announce it. You don't find out till a few minutes before game time. Jello won't be playing today. Motherfucker just put up 25, 6 threes. He won't be playing today.
And you know another thing they did with Jello that was cold blooded is that they use his image to market the G League. Because when you go to the G League website, you had Jello picture on there.
Yo, Greensboro was doing it too. Greensboro, they slowed it down, but they was heavy. But like promoting Jello, like they would fuck around, get a new arena fucking with Jello. Boy, they had him on all the billboards, the tickets. I'm like, man, they're gonna cash in on this.
Yep. That was cold. Yeah, they did Jello bad,
a lot
man.
of money off Jello. Greensboro, they brought in a lot of. I ain't gonna lie, Dux. I didn't even know who the hell the Greensboro Swarm was until Jello got there. I didn't even know there was a G League team. I didn't know
who it was either. I mean, I didn't follow that it started.
Well, people was following them. I didn't even know how to watch G League games. I didn't even know they air for free on NBA.com. You just go to the thing. I didn't even know that. You know, it's like, that's what I'm saying. This shit is crazy. I'm telling you, Jello would have been there. They would have started a fucking pass to watch G League games.
Probably so.
They would have probably created some kind of pass they would have created something.
But what about when the NBA was going to the NBA? What was that? NBA TV was going to the Drew League when LiAngelo was supposed to play in the Drew League. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember. I mean, that shows you the power of LaMelo. I mean, Jello.
They went to the Drew League because LiAngelo Ball was supposed to play in the Drew League.
Yeah, he had the Drew League going crazy.
Then ESPN went to Mexico.
They did.
Jalisco, Mexico. Because they thought Jello was going to play with the Astros.
Yo, Jello did do everything. See, Jello never spoke about what happened now.
Only thing he ever said he hurt his ankle. That's all he ever really spoke about.
Clear, he went back though. Him and LeBron went back afterwards, and he didn't play, but he was just in the crowd.
Yeah.
So clearly, ain't no issues there. But that was messed up when he went there, though. That was crazy. Jello was about to have that league lit.
Yep.
So he was bringing that shit was getting looks. Them people knew what time it was. Jello in this league. See, I ain't gonna front. See, in hindsight, them people was they would have tried to steal Jello thunder too up there in Jalisco. Some of them people was they knew Jello was bringing extra cameras and eyeballs, and some of these people was looking to cash in, man. But it might have been at Jello's expense.
Yep. That's going to happen. That's why you got a ball.
Let him eat. You would have just got yours how you got yours.
That's why you got a ball.
Yeah, these niggas like the dude who we interviewed here at Flight Sports, them niggas was trying to cash in. that nigga, he knew what Jello was bringing. That motherfucker said, listen, man, I'm coming for this limelight. That's what I'm saying. That's a whole another situation to talk about. They did Jello just god awful. It was just nasty how Jello was done. But yeah, man, that shit is just fucking crazy. What's going on? Shout out to Chuck Morris. Yeah, they did G Filthy. So they thought the shit was going out of style. They did not want to see LeAngelo Ball prosper. And what's really messed up the most is he never got another opportunity nowhere else. That's another thing. I wish he would have got another opportunity somewhere else. Yeah, that's one of the main things I don't like about Jello's situation. I just felt like it ended on a bad note. He probably could have kept going. I don't know what was going on. Because Jello could have kept exhausting all opportunities. I really believe Jello would have he would have got eyeballs anywhere. So I mean, I don't think he had to I think he could have still kept pursuing his basketball career professionally. There was other leagues.
Jello just didn't want to go overseas. I mean, he was just against that totally.
Yeah, he wanted to stay home.
Yeah.
There's no league for him to play. I think he said there was no other G League opportunities. That's crazy to me. You gotta think a lot of people don't want to bring Jello on because of the limelight that he gonna bring too. You bring Jello to your G League team, people want to know why he not playing. Why is what's going on with him? What's going on with Jello? He just automatically dominates everything, so people probably don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. Yep.
You have to play him now. It's a mess. But, yeah, Dex, there's a lot going on. Dex, we're going to pull back up later on if we hear another breaking news report. We're going to be patiently watching the phones. When the next big domino falls, we will have coverage for you. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you turn the bells on the icons. Support Flight Sports TV. Support us in the Super Chat. Support us in the Cash App. You already know what it is. Please hit the like button. It goes a long way. Be ready for the next live stream. It's Flight Sports TV. Peace and love.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.